6. The news is live on Joy 99.7 FM and hits 103.9 FM in Accra. In Kumasi, we on Love 99.5 FM and over 30 affiliates across Ghana's 16 regions, including ATL FM Cape Coast, Might FM Tamale, Bewa Radio Yendi, and Inkilige FM Bole. Get radio, TV, and online content on the myjoyonline.com interactive app for Android and iOS devices. Coming up, Organized Labour rejects Finance Ministry's plea to exercise restraint on calls for government to withdraw 15% value-added tax on electricity consumption or risk industrial action.
It's not changed from the position we espoused last, and that's the initial position we held to hold today.
Also, the Striking Senior Staff Association of the Universities of Ghana is making a demand of a non-negotiable 3% penalty on their delayed Tier 2 contributions.
We are expecting nothing less than the money and its penalty. Because this one, you don't need to negotiate with anybody.
In business,
inflation to ease throughout 2024, averaging 18% by end of the year, but interest rates will take long, going down drastically. We'll hear from Fitch Solutions.
Also, government to push for the passage of the Public Officers Conduct Bill in a bid to address growing perception of corruption.
We have all the institutions to fight corruption. So the question is, why is it that despite all these institutions, we are still stagnating?
These are more coming up with me, Mami Nyamiche Thompson. Don't go away. Let's dig in now. Organized Labour has rejected a plea by the Finance Ministry to exercise restraint as government makes moves to engage them to find a resolution to the existing impasse. A 7-day ultimatum issued by the Trade Union Congress to withdraw a 15% value-added tax on electricity consumption expires today. Speaking to Joy News, NAGRAT President Angel Kabanu said if the government does not withdraw its letter imposing the tax, they will proceed on an industrial action.
That was the principle under which we came on this issue, that the taxes have become so much, and we, the people of this country, in this way, workers, are suffocated.
So, bottom line, this restraint that you've been asked to exercise won't happen by close of date unless you get clear word that that initial letter has been withdrawn.
Yes, as I said, organized labor's position is not changed from the position we espoused last. And as I talk to you, no change is being directed, and that's the initial position we held to hold today.
Also, the strike involving the Senior Staff Association of the Universities of Ghana lingers as the group bears teeth at government to pay their deducted Tier 2 pensions to its fund managers. Even though the association's overtime allowances have been resolved, the leadership has vowed not to call off the strike until government pays their outstanding pension with interest. National Chairman of the association, Isaac Donko, speaking to Evans Mansa on Top Story, demanded government to pay their contributions plus a 3% monthly penalty.
The letter that was written by JTEC to suspend or to cancel our overtime allowance, another letter assigned to suspend that letter. So at the moment, overtime allowance has been restored on all campuses. The authority has written to us that they want to meet us on Thursday coming.
Hopeful that there'll be a resolution then?
We hope and pray that when we get there, the money will be ready, because we are expecting nothing less than the money and its penalty. Because this one, you don't need to negotiate with anybody.
Isaac Donko is the National Chairman of the Senior Staff Association. Now, staff of Future Global Resources, formerly Golden Star Resources, have started days of protest and picketing at the company in Bogoso in the Pristia Honey Valley of the Western region to get government's attention on the company's challenges. The company is highly indebted to state agencies and can no longer pay its workers, directly threatening the livelihoods of some 1,200 staff. Here's President of the Bogoso Pristia Mine Senior Staff Association, McDonald Kitson Haiti.
We started some protests. We are continuing. As I said the last time, protests, demonstrations, picketing are a form of expressing yourself. We've written letters. We've engaged management severally, but nothing seems to change. We believe that now the ball is in the court of government. And if I say government, in the balls of the minister, that he issued a 120 days notice. It elapsed. And the law is clear that the minister should take action.
Well, McDonald fears a total collapse of the company could be imminent if government's intervention delays.
A mine which 6 years ago, in 2018, was adjudged the best mining company in the country, 6 years down the line, is on the brink of collapse. That is the state of Golden Star, a future global resources as of today. The mine has gone down for the past 2 months. We were supposed to resume work yesterday officially, but we got to site and no management member was on site. Workers are on site ready to work, and we hope that our cry will be heard by government, will be heard by the minister to rectify the situation.
You heard President of the Bogoso Pristine Mine Senior Staff Union, McDonald Kitson Haiti. Now, the Office of the Attorney General says government is studying the latest corruption index report released by Transparency International. For the fourth time running, the country was scored 43 out of 100. Deputy Attorney General Alfred Yeboah is unsure why the country's ratings haven't improved, although many institutions have been taxed to tackle corruption. He says the office is gearing to give the Public Officers Conduct Bill a final push to get it passed into law.
The conduct of public officers bill has been in the works for a long time. As I speak to you now, the bill is still at cabinet level, expecting that it will move from cabinet and then you can get back to parliament a bit late. People may have issued some portion of the drafts. You have to look at it again. You come back, you reword it, and then you send it. But where we are now, we've got it to an advanced stage. And I think we are all now agreed on a certain point that there's a need for this bill to go through parliament for it to be passed. Because if you notice, Ghana has all the laws that we need to fight corruption. We have all the institutions to fight corruption. So the question is, why is it that despite all these institutions, we are still stagnating?
Well, you heard Deputy Attorney General Alfred Yeboah. In a related development, General Secretary of the National Democratic Congress, Fifi Kote, says the concept of vote buying is a demand and supply problem, which has increased people's perception about politicians being corrupt. Also speaking at the roundtable discussion of the 2023 Corruption Perceptions Index, he intimated that the perceived corruption in politics can only be tackled if both politicians and the citizenry accept they are major contributors to the problem.
I just want to say that coming from where I'm coming from, we will make the effort to try to first let the charity begin at our own level. But I'll say that majority of the people, for example, who vote for my party, they are coming from homes, they're coming from communities, they are attending churches, mosques, they went into schools. By the time they are reaching leadership of my party, the harm is already done. And if we do not resolve those issues at the very root where they come from, if we expect the General Secretary to be able to find a way to reform all these millions of people, it's going to take us hundreds of years, and that may not be achieved.
Fifi Kwete is General Secretary of the NDC. Away from that, Masquerade Festival is an incredible celebration that brings together vibrant colors, captivating performances, and rich cultural traditions. A labor group in Tema is taking advantage of the captivating nature of all its attributes combined to solicit support for needy children in the community. Joy News' Caleb Mensah has more on the following report.
Labour Masquerade is a society in the Tema Community 4 neighborhood making a difference in the lives of children. They do this through donations, fun activities, education, and mentorship programs. The society also sponsors the education of children with hope to mold them into better leaders in the community. From the very detailed designs of masks to the energetic dance routines, the festival has become a feast for all the senses. President of the group, Edward Abeku Kwafu, speaks on the purpose of the group.
Basically, the Labour Masquerade Society was formed to influence the kids in the neighborhood, to show love and care, and to draw the wrong ones to us so that we can advise them to be a better person in the neighborhood.
The treasurer of the group, Moses Ejari, said the activities of the group inspire the children to take their studies seriously.
The last time we sponsored a child, some of the children came to say, Pastor, me too, I'm going to learn hard. I'm going to make sure I do well in school so that you can help me get some books.
Caleb's report read to you, and that's how we end the bulletin. In our top story, Organised Labour rejects Finance Ministry's plea to exercise restraint on calls for government to withdraw a 15% value-added tax on electricity consumption. I am Amisi Nyamiche. Thompson Business is next on the Super Morning Show.
Is over. It's the Clash of Titans. The Total Energies African Cup of Nations Côte d'Ivoire 2023 is here. And as part of this year's competition, all Total Energy service stations will go into 100% football mode. So drive to selected service stations and kickstart your year with lots of amazing giveaways. So starting Sunday 14th January, when you buy fuel or lubricants on selected match days from selected Total Energy service stations, you instantly win amazing branded souvenirs. Let's celebrate the passion of football together and win lots of gifts during the 2023 Total Energies African Cup of Nations. Remember, promo is valid while stocks last. Visit our social media pages Total Energies GH for more information. Terms and conditions apply. Let's live football together.
The boys are lined up looking for an opening. They are charging forward from our three. Kuku has his eye on the cashier, but Yo gets there first. He taps, and he scores!
Win your ticket to glory with the ABSA Card Assist. Tap to pay with your ABSA debit or credit card, and you could win an unforgettable Premier League experience in the UK or any of over 50 consolation prizes such as home appliances and shopping vouchers. It's time to tap and tap your way to the Premier League with your ABSA card. ABSA, the official banking partner of the Premier League. Terms and conditions apply.
Millennium Insurance has enhanced its motor insurance policy cover to make life more comfortable for you, our valued clients, and in the event of vehicle breakdown whilst on the road. To ensure your safety and that of your vehicle, Millennium Insurance will ensure that your broken down vehicle is towed to a safe place within 1 hour of call and 30 kilometers radius from the place of breakdown. This service is absolutely free. Millennium Insurance, your trustworthy partner, is on standby to be of service to you. Contact us now on 0501 394 997 or 0501 285 821, 0501 394 997 or 0501 285 821.
Millennium Insurance, your trustworthy partner.
I'm afraid! Yeah! Media Sambisanda mo. Eti emro ti no. Mumu hwan pa na tumi hwe na mo bodom pe mu ma na yakono.
Eye kwabna.
Na mumu hwan so na tumi tasmale me ma yene nyina de.
Eye kojo.
Enu kro. Kobre tumi hwe na bodom pe mu sense o yusu president eba. Ayede yan ban ne do braye. Bo si eti na mo ho ban na sem ma na ho de ne.
Sa!
Ani na kudwo nso yusu president chako. Na no ne de e ma wo se wo ye kregen fita. Na watimi asiri bedwo ma na feel you.
Ey kojo. Sa!
Yeah. Pepsodent Heba and a Pepsodent Charcoal. Afedie. You're gonna natural.
FDIJ Jadion Katoyatu.
Mothers of Africa.
Mommy, my day in your hoarding.
And what's the offer geisha semina subain? Gina hopinti na kowenim. Mempaba. Kosisa wonsa beka weni da swadi nyina.
Matumame, mejina painting akomenim. Na machapa to say geisha semina.
Be strong and
Sankratwe FDIJ.
Hello? Yeah, Kofi. Charlie, we spoke about going to Imperial for our motor insurance today.
Share, are you the one to remind me? I am at Imperial already.
What?
I told you about their motor insurance promo, right?
Yeah.
This time it is reloaded, my brother.
Wow.
Imperial General is saying, come insure with them from now till the end of April and get yourself handsome rewards. 4 coupons, special souvenirs, gift vouchers, and many, many more. And here's the catch. During this reward period, your motor insurance policy will give you an automatic 1-year life insurance cover, my brother. And now you can also get brand new tires and other car accessories as well. It is really reloaded. Everybody qualifies. Just insure your car and you are done.
Hey, Charlie, I hear I can even do it online and still get my reward.
Oh yes, don't slow. Talk to your broker, agent, or call us on 0577 667 436 for further details. You can also follow us on all our socials. T's and C's apply. Imperial General Assurance. Solid protection.
Piers. Kojo, good morning.
Good morning. You know, I'm very impressed by Samuel Mbura today. I just heard him discussing on the phone plans that he's making to make a donation today.
Yeah.
He says he's going to make a donation to the Borstal.
Wow.
At Roman Ridge.
Roman Ridge.
Yes. You know what some people like to call them School. Yes. I don't know whether he's an alumnus, but you know, he was quite passionate about it. He says he's making a donation there today. So I mean, well done, Samuel Mbura. Congratulations, and what a great example to set.
Yeah,
those boys will certainly be grateful to you for your very special donation. All right, today we're going to the Western region, Efiam Kwanta, where there's no defibrillator. Regional hospital.
Interesting.
Yeah. The only one they have is faulty.
Wow. So you can imagine the number of people who have died as a result of the...
Imagine.
Come on.
Because you know what that thing does, right?
Yeah.
That resuscitates you, you know. Yeah, when you be...
Wow. And what has the Ministry of Health or the Ghana Health Service got to say about it?
Intelligent questions. We'll find out today.
Interesting.
All right. Well, for the 6 a.m. news, we're grateful to Total Energies. Total, we go the extra mile for you. Absa Bank Ghana Limited, helping you find a way to get things done. And Millennium Insurance, your trustworthy partner. Now, though, the Joy Business Report.
Good morning, everyone. This is the Joy Business Report. Coming up, inflation to ease throughout 2024, averaging 18% by the end of the year, but interest rates will take long before going down drastically. We'll get to hear from Fitch Solutions. Also in this bulletin, International Monetary Fund staff report reveals recent tax measures were part of conditions to aid completion of Ghana's first program review. Plus, Ghana Institution of Engineering bemoans the hike in prices of cement. We have details of these and many others lined up for you. Please stay. Grateful for your company. I am Pius Kojo Baka. Inflation will ease throughout 2024, averaging 18%. That's according to Fitch Solutions. It insists the ease in inflation will force the Bank of Ghana to cut the policy rate by 800 basis points this year. However, it will take long for interest rates to fall significantly. Here is Mike Koroninga, Senior Country Risk Analyst at Fitch Solutions.
Easing inflation, what this will also do is it will allow the Bank of Ghana to pivot to a more lenient monetary policy stance. So we believe that the central bank in Ghana will launch a monetary easing cycle, cutting the policy rate by a cumulative 800 basis points in 2024, reaching 22% by the end of this year. It will obviously take time for lower interest rates to filter through to the real economy, but we anticipate that it will gradually result in stronger consumption growth in the latter half of 2024.
Mike Koroninga is a Senior Country Risk Analyst at Fitch Solutions. Meanwhile, GCB Capital expects the disinflation process to continue, but at a slower pace, potentially going up in March before resuming the downward trend from April 2024. This, it says, is due to unfavorable base drifts. Here's more in this report.
The research firm said it agrees with the Monetary Policy Committee VAT that its inflation process is on course and is broadly aligned on the medium-term outlook for inflation despite the emerging upside risk. However, it expects the disinflationary process to be slower. The Bank of Ghana took the lead in sub-Saharan Africa with a 100 basis point cut in interest rate, the first since May 2021. GCB Capital said the rate cut could have been deeper, but for the emerging upside risk to inflation. It added that the 100% cut appears to be a conservative action, given the upside risk to inflation, with the MPC counting on its commitment to maintain an appropriately tight monetary policy stance and a strict implementation of the 2024 fiscal budget. The first will sustain the inflationary outlook.
A Business Desk report. Now, some taxes rolled out by the government this year were part of conditions to aid completion of Ghana's first program review under the International Monetary Fund. That's the opinion one may form after going through the latest report on Ghana. George Yafe has more.
Government has rolled out some 7 new taxes that has taken off from January 1, 2024. This was after President Akufo-Addo signed these tax bills into law last month. Key among them is the VAT on non-life insurance product, which should have resulted in 30% increase in insurance premiums, and also VAT on domestic electricity consumption. But a careful look at the IMF staff report showed that some of these taxes were a part of government proposals to the fund to help improve the country's revenue situation. The report also maintained that these taxes were part of revenue measures captured in the 2024 budget and submitted to Parliament as per action for the first program review under the IMF program. The IMF have also raised concerns about Ghana's low tax GDP ratio. These taxes are already facing some pushback from organized labor. So if these tax measures helped Ghana pass the IMF first program review, which led to the release of some $300 million, then can government go back and review some of these taxes, like the VAT on domestic electricity consumption?
Georgia Faith there. One of the country's old railway lines, Accra to Tema, is set to be reconstructed to meet current train mobility standards. This is because the old line, established many years ago, is a single line and can no longer accommodate modern trains. Now, according to the Ghana Railway Development Authority, this will reduce pressure on the Accra to Tema line and attract more passengers. Nana Amapoku is Assistant Manager in charge of Corporate Affairs at the Ghana Railway Development Authority.
In the past, all lines constructed in Ghana here were narrow gauges, but we are moving forward and we need to make something standard. So the new lines that we've constructed are standard gauge, and the Accra Tema one is a narrow gauge that even when we bring in new trains to Ghana here, it can run on the Accra Tema line because there's a narrow gauge. And the new trains that we are expecting is going to run on a standard gauge. Plans to construct, but there need to be feasibility studies to know exactly to locate the lines exactly.
Assistant Manager in charge of Corporate Affairs at the Ghana Railway Development Authority, Nana Amapoku, speaking there. Now, the Ghana Institution of Engineering has bemoaned the hike in cement prices in recent times. According to the institution, this is affecting operations of some of its members. President for the institution, Engineer Kwabena Bimpong, has therefore called on manufacturers and other key stakeholders to find solutions to challenges culminating in the increase of cement production. He spoke to Joy Business at the 52nd presidential address of the institution.
As I mentioned, 80% of our building materials are imported. And remember that the materials that are used in the production of cement are also imported. That is why I'm talking about the fact that if you are able to replace 20%, even 20%, if we are able to replace 20% and we are able to reduce the cement prices by some good percentage, I think that we'll all be happy. Because look, apart from water, cement or concrete is the most widely used material on earth. And in Ghana, remember that we do even talk about the fact that water is even used in concrete. So yes, it's very, very, we are looking forward to the reduction in the price of cement.
Engineer Kwabena Bimpong is the president of the Ghana Institution of Engineering there. To some other stories, the Director of Investment Services at the Ghana Investment Promotion Center, Edward Ashon Latte, has pledged his outfit's commitment to creating a favorable business environment. I beg your pardon. This, is said, will help Ghanaian and global businesses to leverage the African Continental Free Trade Area to increase trade volumes in the country. He was speaking at the opening ceremony of the Global Sourcing Exhibition.
We are confident that the discussions and deliberations that unfold during Global Sourcing Accra will not only enrich our understanding of the global marketplace, but also inspire concrete actions that propel our industries forward. We've all been talking about the Africa Continental Free Trade Area, and Ghana proudly hosts the Secretariat. So the least that we can do is to create an environment which will enable our companies here to produce and take advantage of the huge marketplace that the Free Trade Area Agreement provides.
Edward Ashon Latte is the Director of Investment Services at the Ghana Investment Promotion Center. To some energy news, energy analyst with the Institute of Energy Security, Adam Yakubu, says Africa's huge carbon potential provides an enormous opportunity to raise finance for development. Currently, the continent is home to some of the planet's most important natural carbon resources, including forests and mangroves. Mr. Yakubu tells Joy Business the authorities must act fast.
Africa still has potential. If you look at the number of sustainability projects we can do, can raise and use that as financing or raise that as capital or credit to be exchanged or netted off with countries that have exhausted their financing. I think that we can do very well, especially in Ghana. We have the potential. We can still do a number of the housing projects. We can do the tree projects, and we have a national tree project. If we can get that properly planned and properly accounted for, then at the end of the day, you can net it off and it comes in as credit. And that's something that will be a plus to our revenue numbers. Yeah.
Adam Yakubu is an energy research analyst with the Institute of Energy Securities. You're still listening to the Joy Business Report with me, Pius Kojobaka. Tons of grain sacks are dumped after use, contributing to environmental challenges. But entrepreneur Okbel Majdub is turning the used grain sacks into sustainable fashion products under the brand name Jakarta. She's making wearing recycled grain sacks a thing. The Joy Business Van features Jakarta.
This Wednesday on the Joy Business Van, entrepreneur Okbel Majdub put in old grain sacks to good use.
You just would have bent the sack at the end of the day. Or you see it in the market where they would just put it on the board where they sell cocoa, those little pots, and the dates and all that. So we thought of it, what can we do to relatively not just pick it and just throw it away?
Shoes, bags, attires for men and women, accessories, and Okbel just got started. We'll hear the story of her brand Jakarta, which is not only about making fashionable products.
Because so many things in our environment that we need to protect. So we ensure that in doing that, how do we do it? That's the process we're asking. Is to be able to ensure that all design concepts that come out have things that relatively have things out of nature, maybe a leaf, maybe a tree that has been falling out. Those inspirations come out from there. And then we make the designs based on that.
Jakarta on the Joy Business Van this Wednesday.
Join us this afternoon at 2 p.m. right after the Joy Business Report and 5 p.m. on Business Live on the Joy News channel today for the Joy Business Van. To the currency market now, the cedi is going for 12 cedis 4 pesos to the US dollar in the retail market. It is selling at 15 cedis 58 pesos against the pound. It is, however, trading at 13 cedis 38 pesos to the euro. Quickly to the commodities market, crude oil increased to $82 a barrel this morning. Gold is trading at $2,034 an ounce after losing almost $3. Cocoa, however, went up by $73 to open trading at $4,805 a ton. And that's it for the Joy Business Report. Winston?
Yes, Pius.
Good to see you.
Good to see you too. I am fine. I believe that yesterday your friends, got the chance to partake in the Big Joe organic wache that I brought. That was delivered to us. You made them partake in it.
Yeah, you got yourself redeemed, right?
I didn't get myself redeemed.
Hey, masa.
I learned you took 2 packs.
No, I did not. I couldn't have.
How many?
In fact, I took one and shared with
And
Fentio.
the other one?
Oh, I gave it away. I'm a very nice person.
I don't trust you on
Oh, no,
this.
you can trust me on that. But you see, the most important thing is that what I said, very valid, that we will eat wache, and I repeat.
But you see,
the young ones who are listening to us.
Don't bring yourself.
No. The young ones who are listening to us, the only constant in we is I, Winston Amwa.
You initiated
definite.
it, so you have to sponsor.
I wasn't
This one was
I wasn't
sponsored by
there.
Big Joe. This one was sponsored by Big Joe. So you have to sponsor. So call Big Joe and make orders.
I am
pay.
grateful
Big Joe,
to
please.
Big-
Next time when you are bringing the wachi, let him pay. We
Yes.
beg you. He must sponsor this
Your
wachi.
time is up. Pius.
Winston.
Yes.
Winston.
I told you that the only
No.
constant.
You looked me in the eye and said we will eat wachi.
That was your imagination.
Winston.
I say the only constant in we is I.
No, you ain't definite.
The only constant in we is I, Winston Amwa.
I wouldn't buy
The you
that.
can be anybody.
I wouldn't buy that.
The
So
other
why,
person.
so why tell me? Why tell me?
It's information I'm providing.
Exactly.
Anyway, our inspirational song for today is Tegbe Tegbe by Bethel Revival Choir. That's one for you. So thank you very much for joining us. We'll meet later on. I'm sure we'll grab something to, we.
I'm not here.
Let's go for our inspirational song here on the Super Morning Show.
Making a return to the news review panel is our very own Samuel Mbura. Yeah. Did you hear what he did this morning, Winston?
What did he do?
Oh, he I overheard him on the phone, arranging a donation for the Borstal at Roman Ridge. You know
okay.
what some of the locals call the Nkolaboni School. It was very touching. You know, he was talking about going to make a donation to them. It was so nice. I mean, I was very inspired. Why the Borstal though, Mbura? Are you an alumnus?
Why are you?
Are you an alumnus?
Winston, there's nothing that I would do that I will not consult you.
Oh no, hold on. I am not.
Wait, I don't understand though. Are you saying you are not making a
in the office here without consulting you, Winston?
Yeah, so you are not making a donation. Do you know how excited
I never made it.
Do you know how excited they are?
Mbura's posturing sounds like there's a lot to be said.
Indeed.
Which cannot be said
I'm
air.
confused. Okay, so maybe
what we will do is
investigate.
Under the current circumstances, two things here.
Yes.
If Samuel Mbura wants to make a donation, why not? That's a good thing.
Yes, I was so impressed. Yes.
It does not necessarily mean he's an alumnus of that institution.
No, I was only asking.
There's no record to that effect.
Yes, there's no evidence.
I have known him for a very long time now.
Yes, there's no evidence of his stay at that institution.
He's my in-law by virtue of his grabbing a wife from my hometown.
Indeed, yes.
So he's a good man.
Okay, one of his wives is from
at this point, we can make progress.
Let's get into our Drive Safe campaign.
Let's do it.
It's brought to us by Joy News and the Multimedia Group, and it's supported by Toyota Superior Quality and Imperial General Assurance, Solid Protection. And our tip today says slow down. Now, part of being a defensive driver is driving at a safe speed. Defensive driving means always being aware of the current speed limit and following these laws. Teen drivers are statistically the most likely to engage in speeding behaviors on the road, which increases the risk of accidents exponentially. Driving at or below the legal speed limit allows drivers more time to respond to changes or potential hazards and avoid accidents. So, now that you know this, please drive safely.
Indeed. All right, shall we learn how to say it right? And it's brought to us by Kingdom Books. At Kingdom, quality and affordability are their hallmarks, as well as Societe Generale Bank Ghana. The future is you.
Something must be done. You say either, I say either.
Here's a new word for you. Meretricious. 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 It describes something that seems attractive but is actually fake or has no real value. I bet you'd never guess the origin of the word, though. Meretricious actually comes from the Latin word meretrix, which means prostitute. It gets better. The genitive noun for meretrix is actually meretricus, which literally means a woman who earns. I wonder if that means that in ancient Italy, it was believed that any woman who earned money was a prostitute. Sadly, there are some men in modern Ghana whose views haven't evolved much from that. I hope you are not one of them. Either way, enjoy our word of the day and be sure to say it right.
Yeah. All right. Well, so meretricious. Okay, shall we get into the news review? Brought to us by Syntex Tank Air Strong Air Tough and Enterprise Insurance at 100. Yafini promotion celebrating our legacy, securing your future.
So let's get to the daily graphic for today. 2.5 years after moving traders, guess what? Agboboloshi, land lies waste. Open defecation, refuse dumping take over. So, Kojo, I know that you interviewed the Greater Accra Region Minister in 2021, Henry Quarty, after, where he had moved after the traders were relocated from Agboboloshi, particularly the onion, market. Now, the 80-acre land currently lies waste. We were told there was going to be the construction of a hospital, Agenda 111. So one of it was going to be constructed there. Well, that has not happened. there was also going to be a redevelopment of the site. That has not happened. Now, according to the Daily Graphic, they contacted the Greater Accra Regional Minister, and he said that, well, that's actually under the Ablekuma Central Municipal Assembly. So his job was to relocate the traders. The Ablekuma Municipal Assembly is supposed to ensure that the land is, that nobody encroaches the land, nobody defecates on the land or dumps refuse on the land.
Yeah.
Then the graphic goes to, speak to the MCE, Mariama Kale Amui, for comments. But she directed the reporter to speak to another officer who's also failed to answer calls to his number. So currently, and look at it.
Yeah. My goodness.
So this is a portion of Dagbogloshi land. You can see a cow, and you can see the plastic waste on it. Now, we said, first of all, this is a land that was seen as one of the most polluted land in the world, not actually in Ghana. And we have consistently talked about the Lavender Hill.
Yes.
Which, because of the stench emanating from the place, we termed it Lavender Hill. It's been a project that I got to know first in 2011, when we were talking about relocating these traders to the bulk market at Ajen Kotoku. Eventually we succeeded. In fact, I had actually been to the Ajen Kotoku site, and eventually we succeeded in relocating these traders. Unfortunately, we have gone back. But again, the Greater Accra Regional Minister is right that the land falls within the Ablekuma Central Municipal Assembly. But the Regional Coordinating Council, as coordinators of our decentralization process, also have a role to play. And he has a role to play, hence his decision to actually lead the relocation in the first place. I do not in God's name understand why 80-acre land today, after 2.5 years, has no use.
Now, Winston, let me send our minds back to Kumasi as well. A similar incident happened at Racecourse, the popular Racecourse. There was a plan to relocate these traders to different markets and use that particular land, I was told, for a big shopping mall. These traders were taken off from Racecourse. As we speak now, the land is still there. Nothing is being done. So the question is, what is always our plan? Is it the case that we don't have a ready plan before embarking on some of these activities? You end up displacing these traders. You go to KJT and then they are all littered. They are littered all over, causing congestion that could have been avoided.
The heartbreaking aspect of this story is the fact that everybody's passing the buck. So nobody wants to take responsibility for the fact that nothing has been done in this place after all the effort, all the heartache and the wahala of moving people, their livelihoods, families and all that, taking them away from there, which was the right thing to do. After all of that, they've allowed this place to revert to a wasteland. I'm disappointed.
Other stories on the front page. Now, guys, listen to this. Ghana Health Service, Interpol chase study leave defaulters.
Hey.
So these are persons who are granted study leave. Now, some have not even come. Some have actually abandoned the courses that they enrolled on. Others have completed and they have not returned to serve the bond which they signed on to. And so the Ghana Health Service is trying to get these persons back into the country. Indigenous businesses critical to economic revival. That's according to John Mahama. And this is something I have consistently said. Ownership of an economy is very key. Look, we can actually talk about, it's good now, this person is here, this person is there. I mean, we are looking for foreign direct investment and everything. But at the end of it all, you must learn to create indigenous millionaires and businesses. And every government that comes into office must protect indigenous businesses. One of the things we've not done well in this country is that whenever governments come into office, they are looking out for persons who are associated with the previous government.
Yes.
That is not the way to go. Look.
So they can destroy. They are not looking out for them to help them.
No, they want to destroy them. They want to destroy their businesses. Look, if you go to other jurisdictions, if you go into Nigeria, for instance, when you're a businessman, governments will protect you. It's part of the reason. This whole idea of Nigerians shutting its border was because they were trying to protect indigenous businesses.
Precisely.
Okay. In 2009, I realized that you could not take furniture from another country into Nigeria at the time. And I got to know that because I went to a furniture shop in Ghana, and they told me that, these furniture, some of the Nigerians come to buy it, and they would smuggle it into their country and sell them expensively because they were not allowed in there. The Nigerians tried, even their farmers, okay? They made sure that today you would only eat local rice in Nigeria. And when you do that, you boost production, you create the market, and Nigeria is a country with over almost 200 million, about 200 million population. Their market is huge, yet they are protecting, their, businessmen. Yeah. This is a market of 30 million, and yet we have invited everybody and opened up this country.
Yeah, we buy from everyone except ourselves.
Exactly.
Maybe a suggestion. In this upcoming election, if you have a vote, let me make a suggestion to you. Any party that comes to you, any person that comes to you and says, vote for me, ask them, how many billionaires have you created?
And December polls don't sell your conscience to politicians. Reverend Dr. Markwe tells voters, I hope they would listen. Back page, Ivorians eye further AFCON glory. And Ghana secures 700,000 share of AFCON money.
Interesting.
Yes, so it says the Black Stars are one of two teams set to receive $700,000 consolation prize following their third place finish in Group B of the 2023 AFCON.
Anyway, and we spent how much to get that 700,000?
About 1.5 million, yes.
We have done well. You've given us half.
All right, I have the Ghanaian Times comes with a picture of the Special Prosecutor, Kisi Ejapin. Fight against corruption, OSP's powers must expand to ensure effective corruption fight. That's what he is asking for. There was a roundtable discussion by CDD where all these actors were brought together to look at how we can fight this corruption on the team, New Frontiers in Ghana, State Capture and Corruption Implication. So Kisi Ejapin is of the view that this is the time for the powers of his office to be expanded so that it will yank it from these political hands manipulating it and all that. For the past times he has been talking about the fact that gathering evidence to prosecute some of his cases has been a major challenge because of the strings that have been pulled and all that. Not only him, the Yoko boss, COP Ado Dankwa Tiwa is also raising concerns about challenges of evidence gathering, logistics, and then lack of political will and all that. So they want a new act, a new Yoko Act to help address issues such as cryptocurrency, which had emerged since the passage of the Yoko Act 2010, which would soon be passed. So these are the concerns of those who are at the forefront of fighting corruption and its related cases there. I don't know how the special prosecutor wanted to be done though, but there were conversations as to whether getting specialized courts for the special prosecutor to prosecute his case. But is that actually the problem? The problem has to do with evidence. If your evidence are incontrovertible enough, then you'll be able to prosecute your cases. Two locked up 45 years for robbing banker at gunpoint, captured in page 3 of the Ghanaian Times. Minerals Commission promises to protect Pristia Bogoso mine jobs, dispels mine under care and maintenance claim. It comes with a picture of the CEO of the Minerals Commission, Mr. Martin. You see the new Subin parliamentary candidate-elect sets record, vows to increase votes for NPP. There's an interesting story in the center spread of the Ghanaian Times. At the time that Parliament was probing this leaked IGB tape, there were allegations that there's friction between the Ghana police and the military. And in order to improve some of these relationships, this is the first time that there's actually a guard of honor for outgoing CDS that was organized by the Dampare-led administration yesterday. So the police had to honor him. They both had to share their thoughts on how we can enhance security in the country. So you have the picture of the outgoing CDS Vice Admiral Seth Amwama inspecting all-female guard there. So I think at least this would help bring to finality the allegations that there's simmering tension between the Ghana police and the military and all that. At least if the security agencies continue to collaborate, the prisons, Ghana Fire Service, I think will make headway in ensuring that the security, especially at this critical moment that we are getting into 2024 general elections.
Now, the Daily Guide talks about 2024 elections. Parties want November date, but I'm sure you may have seen a statement from the NDC yesterday saying that the decision the agreement was for 2028.
Oh,
and
so
not
they don't want it to be
2024.
implemented this
and
year.
they say they are not going to be part of it. Now, I ask a very simple question. Because I know in 2016 the NPP also kicked against the same. Would it hurt if elections were held in November this year? Would any of the parties lose anything if elections are held in November this year?
Nothing.
I do not think so. But if it was also agreed that it be held in November 2028, why is the EC in a hurry to tell us that they've agreed? Ghana maintains corruption index position. We're not making any progress in the fight against corruption. And, I'll tell you more about this story because, look, yesterday I actually got, the latest release on the corruption perception index, okay? And Kojo, it would surprise you. So it was, that Ghana is where we've been. Okay, so it says that Ghana scored 43 out of a clean 100% and ranked 70th out of 180 countries and territories included in the corruption perception index released today, January 30, 2024. Now, this marks the 4th consecutive year of stagnation in Ghana's anti-corruption efforts. Stagnation. In Ghana's anti-corruption. Just think about it. This is Ghana. I mean, for the 4th year running, we've always scored 43%.
So, Winston, the biggest question is, what are we not doing right?
I am sure we all know. We all know what we are not doing right. We pretend to fight corruption and actually encourage and enhance it.
So you see, this should lead to a conversation with those who are incessantly trying to convince us that they are doing something about corruption. I mean, this is something that we need to bring up to them and show them and ask them that, where is the evidence of the impact of what you've done?
Okay.
Where is it? It's not enough to just come and say, we did this, we spent this money, we gave this to that person, we opened this office, we did that. Where's the impact of it? It is possible to do several things that will amount to zero. It's possible to exert energy in achieving nothing. So don't come and boast about the energy you exerted. What did you achieve?
Look, a lot of our problems with corruption starts from campaign financing.
Yeah.
And that's one thing, that's something we pretend we don't know. Yesterday we had a conversation about, the monetization of our democracy.
Yeah.
Why? You heard Apiakubi saying, how do you put your money in something where there are no returns? So the businessman who puts his money, and Elvis Efiyankra was right. All the corruption-related things you see are linked to campaign financiers. Anyway, finally, before we go for the online news review, I remain committed to NPP. That's Sarah Adjoa-Safo there. I'm sure you may have seen, her statement when a lot of people said she was going to contest as an independent candidate. She says she remains committed to the NPP. Let's go for the online news review.
It's brought to you by Zenith Bank in your best interest and Goyle Good Energy.
And navigating through the hurdles of an SME can be stressful and sometimes risky. But what is life without risk and a business owner without the Zenith SME business card? The Zenith SME business card is a Visa debit card tailor-made for SMEs for secure payments for goods and services. As a Zenith SME business card holder, you have access to Visa practical training skills, business service at discounted rates, 24/7 access to funds, and much more. Your business deserves to be taken to the next level. Unlock the potential of your business with the Zenith SME business card today. Call Zenith Direct on 0302 680884 or 0307086370. Visit zenithbank.com.gh to know more about the Zenith SME business card. Zenith Bank, in your best interest.
All right, now I saw this story on myjoyonline.com. It's about ECOWAS. It says Nigeria rebukes states for quitting regional bloc. As you know, 3 countries, Mali, Burkina Faso, and Niger, have given notice that they're going to quit by next year.
And one of the interesting things, they made this announcement together, basically. They didn't quit one by one, which means that amongst the three of them, there is some collaboration, right? So what do they have in common? What holds them together? What is it? What is that thing that is giving them the confidence that if they step out of ECOWAS, they will still be fine?
But I guess you need to also ask yourself the question, what has been the benefit of ECOWAS?
Of course. I mean, I think that one, that goes without saying. That if they are quitting, it must be because they don't think they are getting what they need to get from it. But so is someone else providing it to them? Now, I ask this question because these three countries have a heavy Russian presence. Okay? This Wagner group is present in each of these three countries. Okay, and we know that Russia has some very aggressive foreign policy in Africa, particularly West Africa, in countries that are poor but have resources, that have natural resources, but are poor, that have unrest. Okay, and I mean, it's something that I think we should interrogate and really start to understand, because we are smack dab in the middle of countries that fit this description. We need to understand the impact of the Russian foreign policy in this part of the world, and whether it's something we should keep an eye on. Maybe we can get into it a bit later on the show. Right now, though, it's time for the BBC News, brought to you by Fidelity Bank, believe with us, and Old Mutual. 10 years of greatness in Ghana, here for a lifetime.
For decades, we have helped businesses connect with their trade partners all over the globe. From Ghana to Burkina Faso, Côte d'Ivoire, Benin, Togo, Senegal, China, Morocco, France, Netherlands, and many other countries. We have made it possible to bring Ghana to the world. We have brought small and medium businesses closer to their customers across the regions in Ghana with our SME support facilities. We have brought relief and smiles to the faces of families with our employee personal loans. With our cutting-edge technology and digital support, we take the burden of complex thinking off you, making life simple. That is who we are, as close as a partner. Bank of Africa. We are indeed the African bank with the global reach.
What's so tasty, creamy, crunchy, makes you happy when it's near? Munchie, munchie, oh munchie, oh munchie, shortcake biscuit.
Enjoy the unbeatable taste of Munchie Milk Shortcake Biscuits, serving you original milky richness for 20 years. Munchie, a rich ankasa. This advert is FDA approved.
It's a century of safeguarding dreams with Enterprise Insurance. In the spirit of our 100th anniversary, Enterprise Insurance revs it up with Yafinia Motor Promotion. One lucky winner will cruise around in a sleek brand new Nissan Kicks SUV. First and second runner-ups will jet off to Dubai for an all-expense-paid escape. Renew or get your vehicle insurance between January and June 2024 and win free fuel coupons. Monthly raffle draws give you cool gadgets like laptops, Samsung phones, microwaves, gas cooker, tabletop fridge, and many more. Enterprise Insurance Yafinia Motor Promotion is on at all our branches. Call your broker or agent to buy or renew your motor insurance and make history with Enterprise Insurance at 100. Celebrating our legacy, securing your future. Time-tested, truly trusted. That's the Enterprise Advantage. Terms and conditions apply. This promo is regulated by the NLA on the Caritas Lottery platform. Enterprise, your advantage.
Dear business owner, congrats on not giving up on your business. You deserve a medal, and your business deserves to be taken to the next level. In fact, it's about time you run a Zenith Bank SME account so you and your business can enjoy the perks of the Zenith SME business card. Oga and Oga Madam status.
The Zenith SME Business Card is a Visa debit card for making secure payments for goods and services. Enjoy great benefits such as free customized digital SME training, free marketing toolkits, access to Visa practical skills training, and more. Unlock the potential of your business today. Visit any Zenith Bank branch nationwide and sign up for the Zenith SME Business Card, the ultimate payment solution for SMEs. For more information, visit www.zenithbank.com.gh or call 0302 680 884 or 0307 086 370. Zenith Bank, in your best interests.
Breaking news. Vodafone Ghana is becoming Telecel. Stay tuned.
Perpendicular to the other team, shaking hands after the game, right? We look across the field and everybody's gone.
That day in 1968 would spark something. But none of the 14 black players could have predicted what happened next.
The Black 14, Sunday at 22:30 GMT. At 8:30 GMT, Business Daily.
On our second programme about dynamic pricing, we're looking at the way that artists like Bruce Springsteen and Taylor Swift set the prices for their concerts. And we're asking whether this fast-developing retail strategy should be regulated more strictly.
This is the BBC World Service, the world's radio station.
Hello and welcome to Newsday on the BBC World Service with Victoria Wanhunda and James Cotnell. Great to have you with us.
The former Prime Minister of Pakistan, Imran Khan, and his wife have been sentenced to 14 years in prison for graft. Mr. Khan says the numerous cases against him are politically motivated and they come a week before national elections.
United Nations Secretary General has urged donor countries not to end funding of the UN's Palestinian Aid Agency. The agency at the centre of the controversy tells us they've taken swift action following allegations.
A report on the children of Gaza. They make up half the population and will look at the impact on their lives since the start of the Gaza conflict.
And we're going to speak to the youngest person to reach the Everest Base Camp. He's 2 years old. We'll speak to his parents too as well.
All that and more, but first the latest world news.
Hello, I'm David Harper with the BBC News. Lawyers for the former Pakistani President Imran Khan say the country's judicial system is being dismantled after he was handed another lengthy prison term days before a general election. Mr. Khan has already been banned from contesting next week's election, but his party, the PTI, remains popular. From Islamabad, here's Caroline Davis.
In 2 days, Imran Khan has received 2 significant jail sentences. Yesterday, a judge found him guilty in a case relating to revealing a classified document and damaging diplomatic relations. Today's charge was brought by Pakistan's anti-corruption unit. The prosecutor said Mr. Khan and his wife, Bushra Bibi, had deliberately undervalued several state gifts which he'd purchased and then sold at a profit. Neither were inside the courtroom when they were sentenced to 14 years in prison, banned from holding public office for 10 years and ordered to pay around $5.3 million. Bushra Bibi has since handed herself over to the jail authorities. Imran Khan's lawyers and his party, the PTI, have called the proceedings in both cases kangaroo courts, saying that they've been carried out in haste.
The Brazilian president, Luiz Inácio Lula da Silva, has sacked the deputy director of the National Intelligence Agency and 4 of its departmental heads as investigations continue into alleged illegal espionage involving his predecessor, Jair Bolsonaro's son. The agency is accused of conducting illegal surveillance on 30,000 people. Julian Bedford reports.
It's claimed there was a parallel spy network within the agency, which at the behest of Carlos Bolsonaro used Israeli spyware to monitor political opponents. His house and office have been searched, as have properties belonging to the agency's former director. The scandal has now claimed its biggest scalp, the former deputy director Alessandro Moretti. Jair Bolsonaro claims his family is being persecuted. That's been rejected by his successor, Lula da Silva.
A court in Thailand is due to rule on whether an opposition party plan to amend a law against insulting the monarchy was unconstitutional. The Move Forward party won last year's election on a platform which included revising the strict lèse-majesté law, which imposes a harsh jail term for every perceived insult to the Thai crown. But Conservatives balked at the plan and the party's attempts to form a government were blocked. Jonathan Head has more from Bangkok.
The court will be ruling on a complaint filed last year that the party's proposal to amend the famously harsh lèse-majesté law, the royal defamation law, amounts to an attempt to overthrow the entire political system in Thailand and is therefore unconstitutional. If the court agrees, that would lay the party open to being dissolved and much of its leadership being banned from politics. Move Forward has argued that the lèse-majesté law is widely viewed as excessively harsh.
World News from the BBC. The UN Secretary-General Antonio Guterres has met donors to the Palestinian refugee agency UNRWA to discuss action taken against staff members accused of involvement in the October the 7th attacks by Hamas against Israel. Several ambassadors described the meeting as constructive. UNRWA's External Relations Director Tamara Arifai appealed to countries who had withdrawn their funding to reconsider.
Now is not the time to slow down a humanitarian response in Gaza when UNRWA has more than 1 million people inside our own shelters. We have the largest humanitarian infrastructure in Gaza right now, and no one can replace us on such short notice. And no one should replace us because we are being extremely transparent in conducting an investigation over the alleged involvement of some of our staff.
Even in Israel, there is some disquiet about axing the agency during the war amid fears of an even deeper humanitarian crisis. Chinese manufacturing output has contracted for a fourth consecutive month as concerns about the health of its economy mount. The National Bureau of Statistics in Beijing again reported a Purchasing Managers Index, or PMI, of 49.2%, higher than in December, but still below the 50% threshold that separates expansion from contraction. One of the world's biggest record labels, Universal Music, has said it will pull its songs from TikTok after failing to agree a new licensing agreement with the social media platform. It's accused TikTok of trying to build a music-based business without paying artists and songwriters fairly. TikTok said it was sad, but accused Universal of walking away from a platform that serves as a free promotional vehicle for music acts. A highly pathogenic type of bird flu has been found in Gentoo penguins for the first time, raising fears the disease could threaten penguin colonies in Antarctica. Samples taken from two dead Gentoos in the Falkland Islands have tested positive for the H5N1 strain. A local official said many more were dying. BBC News.
Your employees spend 1/3 of their lives at work. That's 13,000 days, or 110,000 hours dedicated to their jobs. At Old Mutual, we don't just see the numbers, we see the faces and the dreams behind them. With our tailored group life insurance and pension plans, you can provide your employees with employee benefit schemes that gives them peace of mind for their futures and for their families. Make the choice that shows your commitment to your employees today. Call 0509-551-609 or email corporate services at oldmutual.com.gh. Old Mutual, do great things every day.
The average human body mass should have at least 60% water for optimal performance in any physical or mental exercise. We can help you maintain it naturally.
Hi, my name is Stephen Appiah, the team coordinator of the Black Stars. I always like to keep hydrated naturally, every day, any day. S Natural Mineral Water does the trick.
Manufactured with the primary aim of preserving nature's finest minerals necessary for a healthy mind and body. X Natural Mineral Water. Simply natural. For bulk purchase, call 0596-273-546 or 0596-273-547. This advertisement is vetted and approved by the FDA.
It's the most action-packed breakfast show in town. The hottest music, the best giveaways, the great interviews, and all the laughter and fun you can imagine. Don't miss the Super Morning Show on Joy 99.7 FM. It's the best breakfast show in town.
is up bright and early, serving your premium morning radio show. The Morning Man. It's the Morning Man, Kojo Yankson.
Amen. You see, it's all about planning, you know what I'm saying?
I thought you said you didn't expect them to happen. Now you say you plan.
Yes, but you see, listen to this. You plan.
Yes.
So I planned.
For the
then
unexpected.
at the beginning of the year, I got a call, for instance. That, Winston, I want you to come and moderate this discussion.
Beautiful.
Normally I start my moderatings in March, February, latter part of February into March.
Yeah.
But then I got a call.
A hot one to start.
Oh, that was a good one to start with.
Yeah.
So it actually changed a lot of things,
Your equilibrium was shifted nicely.
Please don't direct the GRA here. Let me say good morning to my friends at the Ghana Revenue Authority.
Good morning.
Particularly to Anita Anaba Ania. Anita Anaba Ania and Dr. Brago Entry Ej. And Assistant Commissioner, who's Assistant Commissioner, and also Assistant Commissioner Florence Asante.
Indeed.
Let me say good morning to my friends. All my friends are GRA.
You better. All right. Well, listen. Today on the Super Morning Show, we are quite worried about Ifeanyi Nkwanta Regional Hospital and the fact that they don't even have a functioning defibrillator, something which is so fundamental and basic to the provision of emergency healthcare. So we want to understand what's happening there. How big is this problem, and what do we need to do to solve it? Okay, so we're dealing with that later on the show. But on the news review, on the online review, we talked about this story of Nigeria, admonishing the 3 countries that are leaving ECOWAS, or that have announced their intention to leave ECOWAS a year from now, and that's of course Burkina Faso, Mali, and Niger, right? And in the discussion, we've realized that actually these 3 countries have a lot in common, particularly the presence of Russia through this Wagner private army, which seems to be providing services in all 3 countries, but not just there, in many other parts of Africa. And we thought, let's get somebody to help us understand this Wagner group, what they are doing in Africa, and whether as Ghanaians, we ought to be concerned about it. So we managed to get security analyst Adam Bonner for just a few minutes to help us with this. Mr. Bonner joins us via Zoom. Good morning to you, sir. Do we have Mr. Bonner on Zoom? Hello, good morning, Mr. Bonner. Right, we'll work to connect with Mr. Bonner. But in the meantime, look, this is what we know. Russia is very interested in having a presence in the sub-region. This is a very rich part of the world. And of course, Russia itself is going through its own time of global turmoil. The United Nations, the European Union, they are not happy with Russia, which kind of limits a lot of their movement. Vladimir Putin today, there are certain global events that he cannot attend, but he still, as a nation, needs to have influence, and he's seeking to achieve that here in Africa.
Well, let's see if we can get Adam Bonner. But of course, you would expect everybody to want to play a role in Africa. Of course, you have lots of resources, and there's been a bit of a misgovernance in our part of the world. And so you've seen the world, particularly you've seen the West, you've seen the East having Africa conferences of conference with African leaders just to have a say within the continent. And if they're going to have a say within the continent, how best can they do it apart from getting the leaders of the continent? And once you give yourself the sign or the signal that everything isn't going on well with you, they step in.
Let's see if we can get Mr. Bonner now, Dr. Bonner, Adam Bonner. Good morning to you, sir.
Good morning. Good morning, and good morning to your colleague in the studio.
Thank you for your time. We just thought perhaps you can give us a bit of background. What exactly is this Wagner group, and what are they doing in Africa?
Well, we know the Wagner group. I'm sure few months ago, we are aware the leader of the Wagner group died in a plane crash. This is a group that you would say operated as if they were part of the it's almost like a paramilitary group that operated alongside the Russian, military. Operated almost like it was a private entity under the leader who died in a plane crash. And
that would be
operations.
Prigozhin.
Their operations mainly was mostly, you want to say, at the behest of Putin and his, leaders and military generals. But along the line, it looks like they might have fallen out and mostly operated in areas where, Russia had interests. And some of these areas, in fact, have included, parts of Africa, especially around the Sahel. And so they are there to ensure that they are able to defend the interests of Russia, be able to represent Russia militarily in a way. And so this is who they are. If you want to, there's a lot of stories about them. But after the death of the leader, the Putin and his generals decided to integrate them to be part of, the Russian military. And so as far as this group, the Wagner group is concerned, they are now they've been part of been integrated into the Russian military now, operating in parts of Africa, including Burkina, Mali, Niger, and the rest.
Okay, now, why exactly does Russia want to have a presence in these ECOWAS countries, Niger, Mali, and Burkina Faso?
Well, Russia would want to have a presence in these countries for obvious reasons, the minerals, and also it is easy to get back to the West or get at the West through these poor African countries. And it is easy to do that. And we all know that if you come to
do we still have Dr. Bona on the line? Right. It would seem we've lost the connection with Dr. Bona. You know what? If we get the opportunity, we'll come back to this conversation later on the show. We certainly want to see what we can learn about this very important global development and whether or not it affects us here in Ghana. Stay tuned. We're doing that. We're also going to Efiam Kwanta, where defibrillator Yamutu. How can this be?
Wake up to joy, joy, joy. Sunshine and joy in the morning time. Yeah. Wake up to the super morning show. Yeah. Wake up to joy.
Okay then, so the Total Energies CAF Africa Cup of Nations continues. And of course, football fever is still rampant across the nation. And, Total Energies is going into 100% football mode. They love the game, so do we. And so, look, we want everybody to feel the football fever. So you can drive to selected service stations and continue the year with lots of amazing giveaways starting Sunday, 14th January. When you buy fuel or lubricants or selected match days from selected Total Energies service stations, you instantly win amazing branded souvenirs. So let's all celebrate the passion of football together and win lots and lots of amazing giveaways. It all starts now, and let's celebrate the passion of football during the 2023 Total Energies Africa Cup of Nations. Remember, the promo is valid while stock lasts. Go visit their social media pages, Total Energies GH, for more information. Terms and conditions apply. #football together.
And as a business owner, Insurance is incredibly very important. When you have a business, you're not only responsible for your livelihood and goods, but also for that of your customers, clients, and staff. And SIC Insurance PLC has a full array of insurance policies for your business, which covers property, that's building, workmen's compensation, key persons, that's professionals, motor, public liability, business interruption, and more. Potentially disastrous situations can be prevented with the right insurance cover. So talk to SIC Insurance today on 0800 1055 or 0302 823 100, and you'll be glad you did. SIC Insurance, our promises are sacred.
Now, every time we eat, food and sugars get trapped between our teeth, leading to tooth decay. Now, brushing your teeth every morning and night with Pepsodent Charcoal and Pepsodent Herbal is the solution. Now, Pepsodent Charcoal has a fine blend of fluoride, a unique combination of natural charcoal, lemon, mint, and zinc, which will whiten your teeth and strengthen them, as well as remove bad odor from your mouth. Charcoal White gently polishes away tooth stains and naturally restores your bright smile. Herbal lovers also get Pepsodent Herbal Toothpaste, which is infused with a unique blend of green tea and herbal extracts, formulated to repair and protect your gums while giving an all-round cooling sensation. Pepsodent Herbal releases, repairs, and protects gum tissue while giving you strong teeth. Always remember to brush your teeth in the morning and before you sleep at night. Pepsodent has been educating Ghanaians on how to do this for 25 years. It's recommended by the Ghana Dental Association, and they will give you the opportunity to talk to a dentist for free if you call toll-free on 0800 161 000. Okay? You get Pepsodent at any shop near you. Call their customer care center on 0800 2030. Pepsodent, every smile matters.
So insure your vehicle with Imperial General Assurance from now to the end of April and get yourself handsome rewards, fuel coupons, special souvenirs, gift vouchers, and many more. And here's the catch during this reward period. Your motor insurance policy will give you automatic 1-year life insurance cover. You could also get a brand new car tires and other car accessories as well. It is really reloaded. Everybody qualifies. Just come and insure your vehicle and you're done. Call us today on 0577 667 436 or talk to your broker or any of our agents across the country for further details. You can also follow us on all our social media handles. Terms and conditions apply. Imperial General Assurance, solid protection.
All right, now don't forget that the Office of the Registrar of Companies is introducing a premium service, which is in response to all of our requests for fast-track services. The Prestige Center offers a bouquet of services, including registration of business names, that's sole proprietorships, companies, professional bodies, updating of businesses from the historical database, which is dubbed the re-registration, filing of annual returns, and renewal of businesses with the delivery of certificates and profiles in 24 hours. Come along, experience the premium class service. Go to the ORC office, which is at the Registrar General's Department here in Accra, or just call the hotline 0302 666 081. You can also try 0302 664 791, 792, or 793 for further information. You can send a WhatsApp, Telegram to 055 765 3130. Join them on their social media handles at ORC Ghana. ORC, a trusted partner for business.
So start the new year with easy and secure movement with SG Ghana. Get reliable motor insurance and receive free fuel for your vehicle. Buy or renew your Sound Drive insurance with SG Ghana now from now to the 31st of March and get free fuel of up to 500 cedis for your trips. It's time to hit the road with reliable insurance and free fuel. Visit any SG Ghana branch today and get the cover you need for your car plus free fuel to take you places. Sound Drive plan is underwritten by Allianz Insurance. Terms and conditions apply. Societe Generale Ghana. The future is you.
All right, Kingdom Books and Stationery reminds you to go get all of your favorite stationery, office essentials, equipment, and furniture at great prices from kingdomstoreonline.com. You can pay via Momo across all networks. And if you're in Accra or Tema, you even get free delivery as well. Terms and conditions apply. At Kingdom, quality and affordability are their hallmarks.
Well, this is your year. Wafini. Because Enterprise Insurance, leader in general insurance since 1924, celebrates 100 years with the Yafine Motor Insurance promotion. And one lucky winner will drive off in a brand new Nissan Kicks SUV. First and second runners will jet off to Dubai. All expense paid. To win, purchase or renew your vehicle insurance with Enterprise between January and June 2024. Monthly raffle draws offer you lovely laptops, TVs, microwaves, fridges, and more. Also win instant free fuel coupons and gifts. Visit any Enterprise Insurance branch or call your broker or agent. Call us directly on 0302 634 777. Experience the time-tested and truly trusted 100 years legacy of Ghana's oldest insurer. Terms and conditions apply. Enterprise Insurance, your advantage.
All right, I guess it's time now for the nutrition line from Nestle, and of course, they offer good food for a good life.
Mavis, this your son. He'll be a football star. When does he train? What time does he even wake up?
Breakfast time. No, he wakes up earlier, but when I give him Milo with breakfast, that's when I see that the champion in him is awake.
Don't just wake up your child, wake up the champion in him. Let Milo with Active Go and the natural goodness of malt, milk, and cocoa help wake up the champion in your child every day. Milo, energy to go further.
Milo! This advert is FDA approved.
This is Nestle Nutrition Line. Nestle Nutrition Line is a public service program from Nestle Ghana Limited. Nestle Nutrition Line offers tips on good food for a good life. Now to your presenter.
Good morning. I love it when you're happy. I love it when you're smiling. I love it when you're well and tuned in to Nestle Nutrition Line. So if you're smiling, then I'm happy. I'm Jackie Ankara, also known as Na Ajilisoa. Today we're addressing an interesting question sent in by a listener, and this is what they had to ask. Are there fat-burning foods that can help me lose weight? So are there fat-burning foods that help you lose weight? The simple answer is no. Some foods such as grapefruit, hot pepper, and caffeine have a reputation as fat-burning foods. Unfortunately, there are no fat-burning foods. Any food or drink that contains calories will contribute to your total energy intake. And if you don't spend more energy through exercise and movement, you will gain weight. Water is the only food or drink with 0 calories. Vegetables, especially green leafy ones, have so few calories that you can eat a lot of them and only increase your calorie intake a little. This means by replacing some of the carbohydrates with leafy veggies and replacing sugary beverages with water, you are reducing your total energy intake. When you combine this with daily physical activity, you're on your way to healthy weight loss. Time to leave you now, but I've got my big eye on you, watching you and making sure you do only the things that are good for your body, mind, and soul. And a phone call is one of them, did you know? Please reach out. Let's have some more conversations about how we can live a longer, healthier, happier life. The numbers to call 0302 517 020 or 0302 211 880. Monday to Friday, 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. Toll free 0800 12 0001. Monday to Friday, 8 a.m. to midnight. Weekends and holidays, 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. To send a WhatsApp, SMS, or call between 8 a.m. and 8 p.m. 0593 845697, 0593 845649, or 0593 845708. Alternatively, you can send an email to consumerservices@gh.nestle.com. Strike a pose. Give life your best shot. Enjoy the day. Bye.
Mavis, this your son. He'll be a football star. When does he train? What time does he even wake up?
Breakfast time. No, he wakes up earlier, but when I give him Milo with breakfast, that's when I see that the champion in him is awake.
Don't just wake up your child, wake up the champion in him. Let Milo with Active Go and the natural goodness of malt, milk, and cocoa help wake up the champion in your child every day. Milo, energy to go further.
Milo! This advert is FDA approved.
Hey, Ma, the way you're always getting alerts these days, I won't be surprised to hear that you have gotten a Momo for Business account by my next visit.
Oh, I'm already on Momo for Business.
Since when?
Since. Now, it's easy to apply for a merchant SIM. All you need is a registered MTN number, your business certificate, your Ghana card, and you are good to go.
Sir.
You think you are the only one who knows what's up, eh? Look, I just dialed *5051#, selected register, and the region I was requesting the SIM from, and waited for my SMS with my reference number. You can even go online at momomerchantapplication.mtn.com.gh and complete the details for an even better experience.
Hey, Grandma Momo.
Sign up for Momo for Business the easy and simple way. Just visit momomerchantapplication.mtn.com.gh or dial *5051# and follow the prompts and be on your way to owning a Momo business account today for free.
MTN.
Have you ever thought of the one that makes you complete? An escape from the clutches of interest charges. With the Standard Chartered Visa debit and credit cards, payments are completed at the speed of light, intertwined with interest earning accounts. You also get unbelievable rewards every time you swipe. You have access to over 1,200 airport lounges worldwide. High credit limits of up to 100,000 Ghana cedis and up to 50 days interest-free with our credit cards. You also get to enjoy full multi-trip travel insurance for 90 days. Fees discounted at your feet with our globally partnered merchant points. Bills are always settled, not battled. Get the Standard Chartered debit and credit card now. Call toll-free on 0800 740 100 or 0302 740 100 or reach us via email on feedback.ghana@sc.com. Standard Chartered, here for good.
Wake up, have a great day, yeah, with nourishing cowbell premium milk and cowbell Vita Rich, nourishment for you. There's a cowbell milk for you, for you, for you. Cowbell Vita Rich and cowbell premium.
Introducing the new Cowbell Premium Milk, high in protein, and the new Cowbell Vita Rich, enriched with vitamin B9, both so creamy. Now there's a Cowbell for you.
Cowbell, a creamy goodness.
This advert is FDA approved.
Be part of the moments to remember with AFCON 2023 on DSTV. Experience Africa's biggest football tournament with all 52 thrilling games live and in HD the way you like it. Enjoy expert commentary that will blow your mind.
It's a gorgeous finish. Super goal.
And the finest analysis to keep you in the game. Live your pride, passion, and love for Africa's beautiful game from the 13th of Jan to the 11th of Feb on Supersport or anywhere on DSTV Stream.
Yeah, boy. All right. Birthday messages on the Super Morning Show are brought to you by MTN. Everywhere you go. And Bank of Africa, the African bank with global reach. Bank of Africa, as strong as a group, as close as a partner. Right, got a few today, haven't we?
Yes, I do. And this one, a very, very long one that says, I remember the first day we met. It was like a dream come true. Indeed, it was an answer to my lifelong prayer. I knew it. The best thing that ever happened to me is the peace and joy you filled my life with. I could not have made it this far without you. Loving you has been as easy as you can imagine. If I have to do it all over again, I would definitely start with you till eternity. I will continue to love and cherish you. the wife of my youth. You gave me amazing kids, Mabel, William, and Alvin. Cherish you. We are blessed to have you. Happy birthday, mommy. Happy birthday, my loving wife. Happy birthday, my best half, Gloria Elsie Abena Baden, from your loving husband, Seep, and the kids. And final one, it says, happy birthday to my first daughter, Gabby, and son of St. Theresa's Church. God richly bless you on this special day. Your latter rain will be better than the former. Christ opened great doors for you. May you grow to be the matriarch of the generation of the Ashibis, paving way for your siblings. You are greatly loved by all of us.
All right. A happy birthday to Mrs. Pearl Nkrumah, Executive Director of Access Bank Ghana. God bless you and enjoy your days. From Iggy and his wife, Ashley. Happy birthday also to Nana Konedu Opongchumesi Esquire of Cal Bank Legal Department. God bless you. We love you. That's from all of your friends at Cal Bank. Also, is the birthday of Francis Fiamwele. I hope I've said that right. Nana Ekuya Inshi, Bernardine Nate, Kweku Sinti Mensa, Kobnebo de Graft Johnson, Ahoma Bosco Okansi, Maestro Nana Kwesi Asafweje, PJ, Doris Delali Ankra, and Sena Aga. Happy birthday to all of you.
Did I hear Kweku Sinti Mensa?
Mm-hmm.
Sounds like KSM.
Yes. Goes into Misa. Yes.
That's another KSM, actually.
That's, yes.
Yep.
Mm.
Anyway, I think we can get into the sports center.
Which is brought to you by MTN. Everywhere you go. Standard Chartered Bank.
Here
for good. DSTV.
It's your moment.
And cowbell.
Creamy goodness.
And welcome to your future design exclusively to propel women-led business to the next level. Are you a female entrepreneur developing technology or leveraging technology? The Standard Chartered Women in Tech Incubator Program offers specialized mentoring, mini MBA business courses, curated networks, tailored masterclasses, and seed funding to help you unlock unimaginable business growth. Apply now to the Standard Chartered Women in Tech program. Visit scwomenintechgh.com or the Standard Chartered Bank Ghana social media pages for more information. Application deadline is 29th February 2024.
All right, now, did you know that MTN Momo now has an app? Yeah, MTN Momo has a brand new app specially designed to make your Momo experience easier, more convenient, and faster. Download the Momo app on Play Store or App Store on your smartphone and look out for the blue and yellow icon. That's it, it's simple. MTN Momo app allows you to view your statements, pay bills, and so much more. Use the app for your Momo transactions and enjoy a 100% bonus when you recharge using the Momo app. So go on, download the Momo app and start transacting with a flex at no data cost. Just Momo it everywhere you go. Fentwizzles.
Thank you very much, Kojo. Good morning to you and good morning to all of you. Welcome aboard to the Joy Sports Center with me, Fentu. Tahiru Fentu coming up. The shocks at AFCON just keep rolling on.
It will be a penalty. Hakimi. Oh, he's at the crossbar. At the other end, a straight red for Amrabat.
South Africa shocks Morocco and make their way into the quarterfinals of the Africa Cup of Nations. Of course, well, apologies for that, but SA, South Africa, shocked the world yesterday by knocking out semi-finalists from the FIFA World Cup, Morocco, and making their way into the quarterfinals at the 2023 Africa Cup of Nations. We'll review the action from last night and tell you the full quarterfinal lineup. Mali, of course, also shocking Burkina Faso and kicking their neighbors out of the competition. But let's come here at home, where plenty has been happening regarding the Black Stars. It's been 9 days since Ghana exited the 2023 Africa Cup of Nations, and yesterday the Ghana Football Association finally apologized for the embarrassment that rolled out in Cote d'Ivoire. The Black Stars failed to win a game and exited the competition in the group stages without winning a single game, of course. After more than a week of constant calls for the GFA to apologize for the humiliation, they finally deemed it necessary to do so last night.
The Ghana Football Association extends our sincerest apologies to the good people of Ghana and all stakeholders for the recent disappointing performance of the Black Stars at the Africa Cup of Nations. We understand the disappointment and frustration that such results can bring to our passionate football-loving nation. Our team's performance fell short of the high expectations we all share, and we take full responsibility for the disappointment. Following a meeting of the Executive Council of the Association and Chairman of the RFAs on Tuesday, January 30, 2024, the GFA wishes to assure all stakeholders that the requisite steps are being taken to address the issues at hand, and a thorough review of the team's strategies, training, compensation, and overall structure is underway.
Those were excerpts of the GFA apology there, read by Joy Sports' Adamu Bening Abdul Karim. The team's captain, Andre Ayew, also released a video apology late last night on his Instagram page.
I'd like to apologize for the results in the AFCON that we just exited. We know that we should have done better, that we should have brought better results to the nation. As the captain of the squad, I take full responsibility for what happened on the pitch, for the playing body, and what doesn't kill you always make you become a stronger person individually and collectively. We are Ghana. We are never going to give up. We are going to rise and shine again, and may God bless our homeland, Ghana.
That's Andre Ayew, Black Stars captain, speaking on his Instagram page last night, where he released an apology. Somebody said the apology-thon is continuing. So we'll see what becomes of all of these going forward. Now, the GFA did promise to take steps to review and reform our football. And one of them, of course, is looking for a new coach because Chris Hughton, so far, he's been the only culprit of that AFCON fiasco. He's been sacked together with his technical staff. The GFA formed a 5-member committee to look for the next Black Stars coach. Still on the fallout from Ghana's participation at the AFCON, an executive council member of the GFA, Nano Drusafo, he's urged North Tongue MP Samuel Okudzeto Ablakwa to stop meddling in cheap political commentary about Ghana's AFCON budget. This was after Ablakwa published an official government document on Monday that showed Ghana intended to spend in excess of $8.5 million for the tournament in Cote d'Ivoire.
Until nobody goes into AFCON for prize money, you participate to win lorries. You win it 4 times, you win it 8 times, you win it 7 times. That is a priority. On concentrate, you won't share my pass bills na young small cheap politics on football.
Wow, that's Nano Drusafo. He was speaking on Asempa FM yesterday. Let's move on to other stories. The 2023 FIFA Global Transfer Report has ranked Ghana 7th globally in terms of number of players involved in transfers in 2023. However, Ghana came 20th when it comes to the amount of money accrued from those transfers. 630 Ghanaian players were involved in transfers in 2023, and they raked in $162.9 million in fees. Joy Sports' Daniel Cranton has been taking a look at the highlights of that 2023 FIFA Global Transfer Report.
A total of 630 Ghanaian players were involved in transfers over the period, representing a 19.1% increase from 2022. The top 10 nationalities in terms of the total number of transfers in 2023 saw Ghana and Nigeria emerge as the only 2 African countries represented in that bracket. While the 2 West African countries made the top 10 in terms of the number of transfers, the top 10 spots in terms of spending were still held exclusively by nationalities from South America and Europe. Transfers involving Ghanaian players rigged in $162.9 million, ranking 20th overall, with Nigeria ranking higher in 15th place, raking $189.1 million. Kudus Mohamed's high-profile transfer from Ajax to West Ham United for $48 million represented a huge chunk of Ghana's overall figure. Ghana also saw a 36.8% increase on transfers in women's football, ranking 8th overall with a total of 52 players involved in transfers.
So Ghanaian players moving all around the world. 630 of them were involved in transfers last year. That's a huge, huge number. And their transfers fees The transfer fees involved 162 million. Anyway, that was Daniel Cranton's report.
Hamlin's back post. Chance and blocked. It will be a penalty. Hakimi. Oh, he's at the crossbar. At the other end, a straight red for Amrabat. It's a very good kick. It's another goal. South Africa make it 2-0.
Yeah, the Sharks at the 2023 AFCON have just reached this apex. South Africa embarrassed and kick out the number 1 ranked team in Africa, Morocco, and World Cup semi-finalists, of course, following a 2-0 win at the Laurent Poku Stadium. Evidence Mapokba, he produced a neat finish to score the opener in the 57th minute before Ashraf Hakimi then missed a penalty, of course, in that golden opportunity to level. Then Sofiane Amrabat was dismissed in stoppage time for a red card, and then Tiboho Mokoena killed a classy free kick past Bono to confirm the upset in style. Here's a delighted South Africa boss Hugo Bruce speaking after the game.
I have to tell you that I'm very happy today. We beat Morocco, and it's not only because we are in the quarterfinals, but beating a team like Morocco is something special. This is a very good team with very good players, but we did the right analysis and the way we played, the tactic was the right one.
That's Hugo Bruce, the South Africa boss. Here is the man of the match from yesterday, Tiboho Mokoena.
Honestly, I'm very happy to be where I am now, and I'm proud of the team because I think no one gave us a chance. After the first game, we lost to Mali. But we came back strong and we regrouped and we worked very hard to be where we are now.
That's South Africa's man of the match, Tiboho Mokoena. South Africa, for their prize or reward, they will now face Cape Verde in the quarterfinals on Saturday. Meanwhile,
this is where he has to earn his noses as a chance comes up here, popping up, and a chance! As they did! They took 3 minutes in the first half. They take 1 in the second half. And who else would it be other than Lassine Sinayoko?
That's right, Mali. They booked a quarterfinal meeting with host nation Cote d'Ivoire by holding on to beat Burkina Faso 2-1 at the Amadi Gon Coulibaly Stadium. A 3rd-minute own goal from Edmond Tapsova gave Mali the lead before Lassine Sinayoko made it 2-0 early in the second half. Bertrand Traoré, he pulled a goal back for Burkina Faso from the penalty spot just before the hour mark, but the comeback was not completed and Mali held on for the victory. Nigeria, they will take on Angola while DR Congo face Guinea in the other quarter-final fixtures. Before we go, yesterday Arsenal, they closed the gap on Premier League leaders Liverpool to 2 points after an impressive second half show saw them beat Nottingham Forest 2-1 at the City ground. Meanwhile, Luton scored twice inside the opening 3 minutes and Elijah Adebayo claimed a hat-trick in a remarkable 4-0 victory over Brighton. The win has lifted the Hearties out of the Premier League relegation zone, and Garnet's Tariq Lamptey, he was a second half substitute for Brighton in that particular match. Elsewhere, Jordan Ayew, he's back to Palace and he's firing. He featured in his first game for Palace after the AFCON disaster in a 3-2 win over Sheffield United. Jeffrey Schlupp, he came on for the final 20 minutes for Palace there as well. That's all the sports this morning on the Joy Sports Centre. My name is Fentu Tahir Fentu. Back to you, Winston.
Thank you very much, Fentu. And how many minutes did Jordan Ayew play?
All of it.
All of it. Oh, fantastic
19
player.
minutes. Yeah, fantastic player. And he did well. You know, the Palace manager actually said that the attack is not the same without Jordan. And the moment Jordan comes back, they're back to winning matches.
Oh, okay. So what does he do in the attack? I just want to know.
He works hard.
He holds on
spaces,
to the ball.
Holds onto the ball.
So that he attracts fouls.
Tracks back.
Okay.
What is your problem?
He's a typical Roy Hodgson player.
Yes, very.
And also a typical Chris Hughton player.
That's what's your problem? I see what you're driving at. Anyway, a reminder that there are 3 Premier League games today. The highlight of it being Liverpool versus Chelsea at 8:15 p.m. Tottenham and Brentford is at 7:30. And Man City, they can get back into the title contention when they host Burnley, of course, there as well. That game is at 7:30. At the moment, they are some 5 points behind Liverpool. They can close the gap back to some 2 points if they
I mean, I want to see Liverpool win this for Jurgen Klopp. I mean, I'm a Man United fan and certainly shouldn't be loving Liverpool, but he needs his farewell.
He does. It would be nice. And to be fair,
nice,
we are all not Liverpool fans, obviously, but Klopp, you can't deny what he's done for the Premier League, and sometimes we know that also. Sometimes you don't always get a fairy tale exit. You don't always get a fairy tale farewell. But maybe, hopefully, he does, because Arsene Wenger didn't leave on high.
Ferguson did.
He won the league in 2013 before he left. Wenger was basically booted out, despite all he did for Arsenal and all the Wenger out, hashtag Wenger out shouts.
Anyway.
You're right. We'll see. Maybe Liverpool can't do it, but
let's see how it goes. Jurgen Klopp. I mean, how I wish we could hire him, but he says he's not going to coach in England. But you never say never. You may never know.
I think he's tired. It's just I don't think so. He said he is running out of energy.
I get the feeling that he was forced out. Maybe.
I don't think so.
Maybe.
Sometimes, Winston, when you do the same thing over and over again, it can get a bit monotonous, especially in the same environment. That's why I respect Ferguson so much. 26 years doing the same thing in the same office, at the same training ground, same stadium, every single day.
Nicholas should be worried by now.
For 26 years of not just him.
Who else?
Even Tuchel is not safe. There's potentially a buying job, because Tuchel is having all kinds of problems, and he started to talk up how he would love to coach in Spain, because Barcelona's job was also becoming available in the summer.
What's wrong with Tuchel anyway? He wants to go to Barcelona. They will fire him in the season.
Well, he's not having it. He's not having a good run at buying at the moment.
Anyway.
All kinds of problems.
Thank you.
Yes, sir.
This morning we're going to be having a conversation. Now, the Ghana Health Service actually commissioned a research. Ghana Health Service, Ministry of Health.
Yes.
In that research, we find that 8 out of 10 regional hospitals have defibrillators. 8
out of 10.
10.
Have or do not have?
Have,
okay.
So it means that there are regional hospitals in this country that do not have.
A whole region.
A whole region.
And we have 16 of them.
And this is actually what, in that research, it was 8 out of 10.
Okay.
So they did 10 at the time. Now, at the Efiankwanta Regional Hospital, this is the situation. Just listen.
So just like the accident and emergency center, what do nurses do to save the patients who needs defibrillation?
For now, we can't do anything. What we can do is to give the CPR and advance to the drugs and other stuff. But when it gets to the part where we would have to shock, we don't have it.
If you are anywhere in the Western region, when something happens to you, like an accident, or you have a heart attack, or some other condition, you are most likely to be brought to Efiankwanta. And if we are not in the best situation to be able to help you, the consequences can be dire.
Wow. This is the regional hospital.
So if this is the situation in a regional hospital, it does mean that if anything happens anywhere in that region, they have to look for another region in case of an emergency. And the distance between regions can be...
It means you probably have to come to the Central Regional Hospital in Tabeting for short.
I'm just going to give you an example. If I lived in Wa, for example, and the Wa Regional Hospital didn't have one, this is just an example, and maybe the Northern Regional Hospital had one, and there was an emergency, you would have to go all the way to Tamale, or you would have to go all the way to Bogatanga. That drive, including the nature of the road, could take you well over 6-7 hours for a trip that should be ordinarily a 3-hour trip.
Great. So, thank you. That's a conversation we're having here on the Super Morning Show on Joy 99.7 FM. And,
Winston, the thing that makes a lot of these things more pronounced in our situation is also about access in terms of even distances and the road network. So, for example, if you don't have such an equipment in Tumu, for example, right, and somebody was sick in Tumu and they had to go to Bogatanga in an emergency situation, once they get there, it's no longer an emergency, it's even less likely that they would actually make it there, because the distance is not that far, but the road network is so bad. So the more reason we should have them at all these vantage places, because accessing other locations is very difficult.
Very difficult. And
that's the problem.
And it's not like we don't know. We know.
Of course we know. We just, you see, the thing is, I think some people just never experienced them, so they don't know what it feels like.
Well, this morning, we'll tell you more about that here on the Super Morning Show. And let's get interactive. Join us on X. Use the hashtag JoySMS. And on WhatsApp 05511119997. Social media messages on the Super Morning Show brought to us by EcoBank, a better way, a better Africa, and Provident Insurance. With Provident, man, you're covered. So, you know, every day people face different emergencies: police emergency, fire emergency, medical emergency, you name them. But many Ghanaians don't know the emergency numbers. Well, here's one you'd always want to remember: *770#. Yes, *770# is the new EcoBank money emergency number. And *770# gives you instant access to loans, funds transfers, utility payments, airtime and data purchases, and so much more even without data. So there's no need to panic when you find yourself in any money emergency. EcoBank will always come to your rescue. Dial *770# now for solutions to your money emergencies. EcoBank, a better way, a better Africa. And Provident Insurance welcomes you to a new year. Remember to insure your vehicle or renew your existing motor insurance policy from now till the 31st of March and get free gifts such as fuel coupons. You know, get gifts such as fuel coupons and other branded Provident souvenirs. Rush for your insurance cover now. Terms and conditions apply. And remember, with Provident, man, you're covered. And of course, today, this is the focus of our conversation.
So just like the accident and emergency center, what do nurses do to save a patient who needs defibrillation?
For now, we can't do anything. What we can do is to give the CPR and advance to the drugs and other stuff. But when it gets to the part where we would have to shock, we don't have it.
If you are anywhere in the Western region, when something happens to you, like an accident, or you have a heart attack or some other condition, you are most likely to be brought to Efiang Kwanta. And if we are not in the best situation to be able to help you, the consequences can be dire.
That's the situation in the Western region. That's the Efiang Kwanta. Just imagine if you're in need of defibrillation. I mean, as in you have a heart problem and you need to be shocked to be brought back to life. They cannot do that. You heard the nurses. This is in 2024 in this country. Time now for the Joy Business Minute, brought to us by Consolidated Bank Ghana CBG. We stand with you and Anointed Electricals, the generator experts.
Hello and welcome to the Joy Business Minute, brought to you by Consolidated Bank Ghana. We stand with you and Anointed Electricals, your generator experts. Inflation will ease throughout 2024, averaging 18%. That's according to Fitch Solutions. It insists the ease in inflation will force the Bank of Ghana to cut the policy rate by 800 basis points this year. However, it will take long for interest rates to fall significantly. One of the country's old railway lines, Accra to Tema, is set to be reconstructed to meet current train mobility standards. This is because the old line, established many years ago, is a single line and can no longer accommodate modern trains. And the Ghana Institution of Engineering has bemoaned the hike in cement prices in recent times. It has therefore called on manufacturers and other key stakeholders to find solution to challenges culminating in the increase of cement production. That's all for the Joy Business Minute, brought to you by Consolidated Bank Ghana. We stand with you and Anointed Electricals, your generator experts.
And Anointed Electrical Engineering Services Limited is into the sales of ultra-silent generators from 5 kVA to 2,500 kVA, and we undertake maintenance and repairs of all kinds of diesel generators. We also stock genuine spare parts of all kinds for various generators and also do generator rentals. In East Legon, you can locate us on the Lagos Avenue opposite Turmeric Hotel. In Tema on the Tema General Hospital Road, Community 9, just after the overhead. And at Odoko, where we have our head office, at number 77 Anointed House of the Odoko Malam Road. And we have branches nationwide. Anointed, the generator experts. Contact us on our hotline 0243 480 334. And of course, on Big Stories this morning, brought to us by Vodafone Further Together, latest from your partner for life. Our focus would be on the Efian Kwanta Regional Hospital, where there is no defibrillator. And so as you heard the nurses telling you what they do if you find yourself in an emergency situation.
So just like the accident and emergency center, what do nurses do to save the patients who need defibrillation?
For now, we can't do anything. What we can do is to give the CPR and advance to the drugs and other stuff. But when it gets to the part where we would have to shock, we don't have it.
Just think about that for a minute. And anybody could find him or herself in an emergency situation. And at that moment, your life would depend on our professionals and the facilities available. Just think about it for a minute. A whole regional hospital. So how about the district hospitals? In other jurisdictions, even offices have them. Companies have them. But not in our country, Ghana. Where did we go wrong as a people? But if you're looking for the best value data offer and voice offers, look no further, as Vodafone has unbeatable deals made just for you. To enjoy these amazing Vodafone offers, just dial *530# and get on to any of the Vodafone Made For Me bundles. For as little as $1 Ghana cedi, Vodafone Made For Me just got what you need. This offer is specially made for you. Simply dial *530# or visit my Vodafone app to subscribe. Vodafone, further together. Stay with us. We'll be right back after these messages.
Breaking news. Vodafone Ghana is becoming Telecel. Stay tuned.
Across Africa, a new era has begun, connecting us with one purpose: to create and share opportunities to grow. Across our continent, across the world, we are creating a better way to a better future. A Pan-African future. Together. EcoBank. A better way. A better Africa.
Provident Insurance. Provident Insurance welcomes you to a new year. Remember to insure your new car or renew your existing motor insurance from the 1st of January to the 31st of March. You can win free gifts such as fuel coupons and several other branded Provident souvenirs. Rush for insurance cover now. Terms and conditions apply. Insurance, your future happy days. With Provident, man, you are covered.
Hey, Cashman.
Yeah.
Don't you know Nana has assembled all of us and you are here making calls?
My generator is spoiled too. So I'm calling a renowned Ghanaian company with an excellent track record in the sales and repairs of generator sets in Accra to come and repair for me.
Oh, is it Anointed Electricals?
Yeah.
Anointed Electricals deals in quality and genuine generators with high fuel efficiency. We also rent generators.
They sell quality generators from 10 kVA to 2,500 kVA. They have spare parts of other generators and can repair every free faulty generator set even if you didn't buy from them.
Look, now we don't have any electrical problem in Accra.
Oh, how?
Because Anointed Electricals is right here at East Legon, Lagos Avenue, opposite Tomric Hotel.
And that's why Nana is calling us.
Okay.
Yes, if you want to buy a brand new generator or repair the old one, visit Anointed Electricals. Or if you are within Accra, call our hotline 0246 423 534
or call 0243 480 334. They have qualified and dedicated men on 24-hour after-sales service.
Then let's go and listen to Nana. Let's go.
Gosh, after giving you the hint, won't you give me anything?
Anointed, the generator experts.
You no longer need to travel far to access your funds, send from abroad, or conduct local transfers. With a network of 147 rural and community banks, RCBs, and more than 800 locations across the country, ARB Apex Bank and the RCBs boast of the largest bank branch network in the country for all money transfer services.
Whether you are receiving funds from abroad or conducting local transfers, ARB Apex Bank and rural and community banks provide you with the convenience through various trusted money transfer services such as Western Union, Ria Money, Unity Link, Apex Link, and Ghana Pay. Visit us today to access a wide range of banking and money transfer services. ARB Apex Bank and rural community banks, together for progress.
Attention aspiring minds and future leaders. Get ready for the University Challenge. 10 universities, 10 diverse topics, and a chance to win 1 million Ghana cedis. Each university presents a unique project pushing the boundaries of creativity and knowledge. This televised competition celebrates intellect, teamwork, and the power to transform ideas into reality. The future of innovation and the chance to witness brilliant young minds showcasing their skills, teamwork, and ability to turn dreams into tangible solutions to solve real-world problems. Stay tuned for more details and get ready to be inspired. For more details, visit newafricafoundation.org or call 0532-383-737.
Mothers of Africa. Mommy, may I day in your day?
And what's the Wofa Geisha Semina Subai? Gina Hopinti na Kowenim. Mempaba, cause the Wansa Becca we need a swadi nina.
Matamame, make Gina painting a comenim. Na machapa to say Geisha Semina. Be strong and last.
Sankratway, FD Ajiatu.
lawyer Zigosh, they call him, actually told me that, Charlie, don't continue with the show. Just keep us locked down because DJ Ubeti is actually killing me this morning.
Yeah.
And the guy is in his car. He's a lawyer. He
doesn't want to get down.
No, he doesn't want to get down. Zigosh, good morning and a happy new year to you. Hi.
And my friend Jerry Ajololo is sending me all kinds of memes and things because DJ Ubeti is putting him in the mood of 90s music.
Jerry Ajololo.
Yes.
That's my chief officer. You know chief officer?
No.
Oh, in Mali school, the school prefect is known as the chief officer. So Jerry Ajololo was our chief officer.
I see.
And you know, in Mali school every year there was a by-election. Because the house captain that wins the chief officer, his house must have a by-election to elect a new house captain.
Oh, I see.
And he was in Lincoln House. And a record for winning chief officer position.
Oh, okay.
Unfortunately, my time we couldn't win.
What a pity. Well, Jerry Ajololo enjoying the music and many others, of course. But the show must go on. We've got lots to get through today. We are very, very concerned about Efiam Kwanta, the regional hospital in the Western region, where they are, well, last time we checked, their only defibrillator was not working. Defibrillator. I mean, look, do some homework. Google a defibrillator. Google the cost of a defibrillator. When you finish, come and let's talk about why. Why, as a nation, our regional hospital in the Western region cannot have one of these. We'll get to it. Now, listen, every time we eat food and sugars get trapped between our teeth, it can lead to tooth decay, gum disease, and even in some cases foul breath. Thank God for Pepsodent charcoal and Pepsodent herbal. Okay, the charcoal is brilliant. It's got fluoride, natural charcoal, lemon, mint, and zinc. It'll whiten your teeth, strengthen them, remove bad odors, and polish away any tooth stains to naturally restore your bright smile. Now, if you love herbal stuff, then try Pepsodent herbal toothpaste. It's infused with a unique blend of green tea and herbal extracts. It'll repair and protect your gums with an all-round cooling sensation. Okay, so you get strong teeth from that as well. Always remember to brush your teeth in the mornings before you sleep at night as well. Pepsodent has been educating Ghanaians on how to brush their teeth for 25 years now. They are recommended by the Ghana Dental Association, and you get a chance to talk to a dentist for free when you call 0800 161 000. It's toll free. You can get Pepsodent in any shop near you. Call the customer care line. It's also toll free, 0800 2030. Pepsodent. Every smile matters.
And when we say insurance that gives you more, we mean more. Your car deserves the best, so get more for your protection with a motor insurance policy from ABSA, underwritten by Holland Insurance. With a motor insurance policy from ABSA, underwritten by Holland Insurance, you can choose from our comprehensive third-party or third-party fire and theft policies to ensure that your vehicle stays protected. You also enjoy post-repair inspection, free delivery of your vehicle after repair, free roadside assistance in Accra, Tema, Kumasi, and Sunyani, and more when you sign up for our comprehensive cover. So go on and get more for your protection with a motor insurance policy from ABSA, underwritten by Holland Insurance. Discover how to get things done at absa.com.gh or the nearest branch. Terms and conditions apply.
Now, this February has to be memorable, the most memorable one yet, and Premium Motors is dedicated to making that happen. Buy a Renault Koleos and let them whisk you away to the enchanting city of Dubai with your partner within this month of love. The exclusive offer is valid only for the month of February, so don't miss out on this opportunity to make Valentine unforgettable. Go to Premium Motors today. Test drive the Renault Koleos and make this decision, or call 030-707-9977. You can also try 030-708-0010. Renault Koleos, where luxury meets intimacy. This vehicle is distributed by Premium Motors Limited. Terms and conditions apply.
And Filler, come close to your radio set for the gist of the year. Did you know that your energy-giving, great-tasting Lucozade has a new look? Whether you're out and about in the office, in school, or even in a trotro and you need to restore your energy, look out for the now sleeker, slimmer Lucozade Original 330 ml can with the same energy that you've known for years. Now you can go about your day and with even more swag as you drink Lucozade from your new sleek can. So go ahead, grab your Lucozade sleek can and discover the same unbeatable energy with every sip. Lucozade, restore your energy. This is FDA approved.
Okay, all right. Listen, let's get to it. This story really will make you think. Okay. It would appear that finding a working defibrillator, which is a tool used to shock patients back to life, finding one of those in Ifya Nkwanta Regional Hospital in the Western region is akin to, finding the ninth wonder of the world. Now, the only defibrillator in this hospital, last time we checked, was faulty. It was donated by foreign students. Okay, health workers are distressed. They are crying for a working defibrillator, and they insist that it's becoming difficult to save the lives of patients in cardiac arrest. Jojo Kobna put together this report to tell you more.
A defibrillator is a life-saving equipment. When the heart is not beating normally, the defibrillator is used to deliver controlled electric shock to the heart. This shock can help restore the heart's normal rhythm in cases of sudden cardiac arrest. In countries like South Korea and the UK, defibrillators can be found in public places like pubs, markets, and crowded places. What about Ghana? The Ghana Harmonized Health Facility Assessment Report 2023 says only 5% of hospitals in Ghana have the required basic equipment in consulting rooms. We make our way to Ghana's oil city, Takrady. The Ifya Nkwanta Regional Hospital receives referrals from across the region. It is fair to say that it serves over 3 million population. Apart from cardiopulmonary resuscitation, CPR, which involves chest compressions and rescue breaths, can the hospital save your life if you go into cardiac arrest?
I would say that we're doing the best that we can under the circumstances. At the A&E, where you are most likely to be taken to, we have just one defibrillator. But for a unit of that size, we should have more. So in your case, if you are the only one who needs the machine at that point in time, yes, we will be able to do it for you. But if there are many patients who need the same service, then it becomes a challenge.
Dr. Joseph Kojo-Tambil, the medical superintendent of the hospital, is passionate. He wants his medical staff to get the best equipment to serve patients, but he also wears another hat to manage the information he gives the media and also assure residents of the Western region and beyond that they can rely on his facility. With some hesitation, he admits that even the only available defibrillator has challenges and calls for resourcing of the hospital.
And the defibrillator doesn't work properly, like it function
with
well.
A few challenges, but with batteries and all that. But when called upon, it would function. But like I said, we need more of those machines rather than just one.
So we went to the Accident Emergency Center to find out how the facility handles cases of cardiac arrest.
We have one automated external defibrillator. It's faulty because the battery is irreplaceable. So the battery went down and we can't replace it. So now it's malfunctioning. So when we have, if our patient suddenly arrests, it's difficult for us to determine the rhythm so that we can apply the shock. We are not able to do that. This is a life-saving machine. You can have cardiac arrest at any point in time. When we are intervening, it's a must that we have an automated external defibrillator.
The only defibrillator, which is now faulty, was even donated by foreign students who saw the need for the equipment in the emergency room. To make you understand the issue better, Regina Kweku, the unit head of the Accident and Emergency Center, shares a recent story.
We had this patient that was brought in with electrical shock. With that one, because of the external electrical current, it sends the rhythm to a different rhythm. So if we had this, we could have shocked the patient to set the rhythm to the normal. But because we didn't have, we continued with our CPR, and when we were all exhausted, we had to call it.
For those who do not understand what the term "call it," it simply means they had pronounced the patient dead. How often do they call it?
So it does happen very often. Very often.
The search for a defibrillator at the Efia Nkwanta took me to the intensive care unit. Here, they provide critical care to patients. The unit also needs a defibrillator. Is there one here? Mavis Mills is a supervisor at the ICU.
We need, for now, we don't even have a defibrillator here. They brought one, but they said that there was a problem with their battery. So they sent it, and for now we don't have a defibrillator.
So just like the accident and emergency center, what do nurses do to save the patients who needs defibrillation?
For now, we can't do anything. What we can do is to give the CPR and advance to the drugs and other stuff. But when it gets to the part where we would have to shock, we don't have it. So it's a concern.
Enough of the defibrillator tool. Now let's focus on another important tool, a ventilator. A ventilator is a medical device that helps people breathe when they are unable to do so on their own. It plays a critical role in supporting patients' respiratory functions.
We need transport ventilators. As I already indicated, here is the regional emergency center. So they bring all sort of trauma cases, surgical cases. Sometimes you need to put them on ventilator. You need to take the work of breathing from them.
Now that we know the importance of a ventilator, let's find out whether the Efia Nkwanta Emergency Center has one.
We don't have ventilators too at the emergency. So we do with our normal oxygen and cylinder. Sometimes you need to intubate the patient and put them on ventilators so that the ventilator will do the work of breathing for them. But we don't also have ventilators. It's part of the basic equipment that we need at the emergency.
So we go back to the intensive care unit to find out whether there is a ventilator.
We had problems. We realized we had technical problems with the ventilators. We couldn't use them. So we take cases in here where we didn't need ventilators. We went to school to learn to care for critically ill patients, and then you have the space and everything to work, but then small issues like ventilators and other equipment are a limitation to practicing what you're going to learn. It's really a problem. This particular one was giving dry air instead of moist air.
Of what use is a ventilator in an ICU if it is not functional? The Accident Emergency Center lacks so many equipment like monitors, perfusers, and many more.
Like our patient monitors, this is a 33-bed capacity emergency, and we have only one patient monitor, which is not adequate for all the patients that we receive in. Sometimes we wish that we have more so that all our critical patients will be put on monitor so that we'll be able to monitor them well. But here is the case that we have only one, so we make do with the only one that we have.
Dr. Tambil believes if government retools them, they can provide the best care ever.
At the moment, I said that we would do with more defibrillator machines. We would do with cardiac monitors for patients who need critical monitoring. We will need a ventilator at least there, because at times when the doctors need to escalate the care to give the patient an opportunity to survive. The standards are that we should have at least one functional ventilator in the accident and emergency.
It is now obvious that finding a working ventilator and defibrillator at Efia Nkwanta seem akin to searching for a needle in a haystack. But the story is not all that gloomy. Government is building a new hospital complex. However, should government focus on completing the building before retooling the hospital, or should the government provide tools now to save many lives?
If you are anywhere in the Western region, and when something happens to you, like an accident, or you have a heart attack, or some other condition, you are most likely to be brought to Efiankwanta. And if we are not in the best situation to be able to help you, the consequences can be dire. So we want to appeal to all of them to look at this place. Let's collaborate and see where they can put their money in to improve on the quality of services for Efiankwanta. And if they do so, it is for the entire citizenry of the Western region and even beyond.
Clearly, the Efiankwanta Regional Hospital needs healing. Jojo Kobna, Joy News.
Them get eyes, but them know they see. Them get
So this is the reality. This report was put together as part of our Hospitals of Shame series, which
sick hospitals.
Sick hospitals. Hey, what did I say? Hospitals of shame. You might as well give it that subtitle because this one, dear.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, and it's being put together. It was put together by Jojo Kobna, who joins us in the studio. Jojo, it's good to see you.
Good to see you too.
Yeah, I mean, I wish the circumstances were better. I wish we had something nicer to talk about. But this is shocking. First of all, help us understand, I mean, the significant role Efia Nkwanta in particular plays in the healthcare infrastructure of that part of the country, and why it is such a serious matter that they don't have a defibrillator.
You know, Efia Nkwanta plays a very important role in the Western region. Not just Western region, Western North, because Western North, they don't have a regional hospital yet. And so all the people come... So let's say 3 million Western region rely on it. Then we have other people too from the Western North also coming. And then when someone really needs help and the person is actually closer to the Central region, Western region than Central region, the person would rather come to Efia Nkwanta. So you can imagine when people really need help, where they will go. They will go to Efia Nkwanta. It is such a very vital place. And you see, what is interesting, Western region is the oil city where all the wealth is supposed to be, where they have the gold, they have the diamond, they have virtually everything. So that is the whole irony, where a simple defibrillator, you know, I was very, because I when I met Dr. Tambil and many other people, Mavis Mills, and then, I mean, in the documentary, Regina Kweku, all of them. So we're talking about various issues. I was like, okay, so the question that I posed was, imagine I just go into cardiac arrest now. What would happen to me? And then you heard him say that, well, if you go into cardiac arrest, we have only one. And even that one is 40. And so we have to do CPR. CPR is compressing your chest.
Manual chest compressions.
Yeah, and then rescue breath, so they breathe into your mouth, and then they keep pressing your chest, and then, I mean, that one may save you, or you may die. The likelihood of you dying is very high. But the machine really sets the heart real quick, and then everything gets into motion, and then you're okay. So something very basic. So I started researching on it. I mean, talking about how. I mean, then you know, in the movies, the ERs that you when you watch, I mean, those pedals that they used to touch your chest, and then, but there are simple, smaller ones for, I mean, anyone to use. There are quick instructions where maybe someone goes into cardiac arrest and how to use it. And if you go to other countries, developed countries, they are in like crowded places, because they anticipate that you can go into cardiac arrest anytime and something bad can happen to you. So so they're in boxes. And then so I started Googling, and I realized that many other places and this is a whole hospital. This is not just a hospital. This is a referral hospital. This is a regional hospital. But you see, the thing is, it was not just Efia Nkwanta that did not have defibrillator. I was in Hamile, and 3 days before I arrived in Hamile polyclinic, the doctor told me that they had lost a patient, and I said, "Oh, what happened?" He said, "Oh, well, the man came cardiac arrest, so CPR, so they were just pressing the chest of them, and the man died." This is a story that we are yet to play. So the defibrillator thing is not just on Efia Nkwanta. It's not an Efia Nkwanta problem. It is a national problem. It's a problem that goes beyond Efia Nkwanta. It is something that a very simple device that can save lives of people, not so expensive, but people don't. And so people die anyhow because they don't have very, 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 very simple equipment to actually work. And if you listen to, I mean, the documentary very well, ventilators too are a problem, where you can't breathe, so they have to give you a machine to help you breathe. That one too is a problem. And I mean, so you can imagine hospitals, a place that you need to go so that you can get better. That hospital is even sicker than you yourself, you know, and that is a real problem.
Wow. Now, of course, I mean, this was first aired a few weeks ago. What's the latest?
So I've been doing my checks. I mean, calling various units, trying to really find out exactly what the situation is. the situation hasn't changed. So I got an indication that, oh well, we tried to fix the what do you call it, the defibrillator. We tried fixing it, and oh, we just got a quick donation. But you find out from the people who are actually using it, and you find out that no, the people are saying that, oh, really, I'm shocked that we still don't have it. And like, so you go around, and I mean, because we send people around to actually verify to say, oh, do you have a defibrillator? Can we see a defibrillator? And then they still say, no, there is no defibrillator, and it's indeed a problem.
So to demonstrate how important a defibrillator is, here's a statistic. In the presence of a defibrillator, if you have access to a defibrillator within 5 minutes of cardiac arrest, you have up to 70% survival chance. Without a defibrillator, only 1 out of 10 cardiac arrests survives without a defibrillator. So that's 10% without defibrillator, 70% with defibrillator. That's how important the equipment is. We're joined by Kwame Sapon-Asiedu, who, of course, I don't really need to introduce. Everybody who listens to this show knows Kwame. He's a pharmacist. He's a research fellow at CDD Ghana, and he joins us over the phone right now. Kwame, good morning to you.
Good morning, Kojo. How are you?
Well, I've been better. Another tale of woe. And again, to emphasize, Efiam Kwanta is just one example. It's just a shocking example, though, because this is a regional hospital serving millions of Ghanaians. What are we doing wrong here? Are defibrillators too expensive for Ghana to afford in our regional hospitals?
Well, good morning. I think there's nothing surprising here, and I'm quite sure you'll be shocked to hear me say that there's nothing surprising here. And I'll explain in a minute. If you have taken time to read, the Ghana Harmonized Health Harmonized Report, what is shocking here? It clearly states it. The statistics are stated by the government, the Ministry of Health, and the WHO and Global Fund. We know that about 94% of our hospitals have a defibrillator. And this is what it means. If you go to a hospital and ask, do you have a defibrillator? Yes. But functioning, you can go and check. The statistics are there. So for me, all that Jojo has done and the team have done is to put footage to something that the authorities know and have known for at least 7 months. Because for my trouble, I read these reports, and at dawn today, I was having a conversation with somebody where I was sharing screenshots from the report with them, and I was saying, it's becoming like a broken record. You see, we know these things are there. But when someone puts it into a documentary, we come and we deny them. And why do authorities deny them? They deny them because they know that as Ghanaians, we are very lazy to read the very reports that they put out. That is the biggest problem. They know that we, as Ghanaians, we are very lazy, and we hardly read the reports that they put out. Because if authorities knew that we read the reports that they put out, and authorities knew that people would read the latest demographic and health survey from the statistical service, which also states all these things. They are stated, and you see, that is why I'm beginning to believe that the easiest way to hide anything from the Ghanaian is to put it in plain sight, because all these things have been documented. They have been published. We are not reading to ask questions. And people like Jojo will go and do a documentary, and then we'll turn around and say, we are shocked. Why? Don't we know that only 5% of all consultation rooms in the country have the basic equipment to do a diagnosis? Don't we know? Is it not documented? Is it not in an official government report? So, Kojo, it's sad. I think we should move the conversation from, are we surprised, are we shocked, to, what is shocking here? What is shocking here is that, and this is what I What are we going to do about it? Because anyone in government who will tell you that he doesn't know, anyone in the Ghana Health Service who will tell you that he doesn't know, it's being disingenuous. The only reason would be that they are saying that they commissioned these reports and they don't read them. Because if they commissioned the reports and they read them, they would know. It wouldn't take Jojo Kobna to come and tell us, and his team to come and tell us.
Tell me the date of this report again.
Pardon?
Tell me the date of this report again.
Okay, just give me a minute. The Statistical Service Demographic and Health Survey report came out last month, and that's for 2022.
Right.
And let me check the other one. And the 2023 Health Harmonization report came out about 4 months ago.
Right.
And they are there.
We've
all got copies.
So in essence, what you're saying, Kwame, is that the government of Ghana is fully aware that there are regional hospitals like Efiam Kwanta that don't have something as fundamental as a defibrillator. They know this.
Kojo, the point is that it is in their report. You can, I'll make a disclosure here. I've shared screenshots from the report with Winston. You guys can publish it on your website and let anyone come and deny if this is not an official government report. So it's not what I am saying. These are reports that you guys have. And that's why I'm saying that the frustration for me is the fact that the people we put in authority know we don't read. So they publish these things. The journalists don't go questioning them. And then when you go and you come around and say, oh, if you have contact, look, that thing is published. They've actually graphed it. They tell you the breakdown, regional hospitals, which ones have defibrillators, which ones have CT scans, which ones have incubators. They've done all the work, brilliant work. The Statistical Service has done brilliant work. The data is all there. It's been pictorially elucidated. So Kojo, what? It's not Kwame Sakwasi saying this. These are reports you all have. The problem is that they know we wouldn't read. And even if we read, we wouldn't question them. Because if we read these reports, we would be questioning them why they are building Agenda 111 when their own reports tell them that what we need is to retool our existing hospitals. Wouldn't they?
So the point I was trying to make was that having published all of this data, was there anything provided in the budget to address these issues that they are fully aware of?
You see, Kojo, that is the next thing I was going to go to. If you look at the budget, there's no fiscal space in our health expenditure per capita to address these things. In fact, our health expenditure per capita is declining. And the little fiscal space there is, we are using it to construct Agenda 111. So the simple answer is no. And so that is why I feel sorry for the technocrats, because this is not a technocratic decision that I'll put at the doorstep or say the directors in the hospitals, regional directors, even the Ghana Health Service leadership or the Ministry of Health chief directors. These are policy decisions emanating from our politicians because they draft the budgets. And Kojo, you also have a copy of the budget. And you see that this is what frustrates me, Kojo. When they published the health harmonization report, yes, you could see, oh, there are deficiencies here. They say only 5%. Do you know that even a functioning fridge to maintain cold chain for our hospital, only 10% of hospitals in Ghana have a functioning fridge? It's in the report. It's not me saying it. And you see, Kojo, they published it and we saw how dire it is. Then the Statistical Service published the consequence when they did their health survey to say, this is the impact on our health as a country. Before that, I had given a public speech and I had graphed everything. We put it there, but they don't care because they know we wouldn't read. We know the situation. We know the consequence on our health because they published it themselves. They published this in global journals and to the WHO, but they know we don't read. So what are we going to do? What are you going to do about it? We'll have another talk shop. We'll talk today, tomorrow, and that's the end of it. And that's the basic thing, and that's what frustrates me.
All right. We're talking to Kwame Sakwasi. Jojo Kobna is here as well. We're taking a break. When we come back, how do we fix this?
National Health Insurance.
Great news! The National Health Insurance Scheme NHIS has waived the waiting period for all members aged 70 years and above. All 70 years and above are also exempted from paying a premium. Enrollment and renewal are absolutely free on the NHIS. Members who are 70 years and above can automatically access healthcare when they newly register with the NHIS or renew their membership annually. You are no longer required to serve the 1-month waiting period for late renewals. Dad, mom, grandpa, and grandma, let your old age be filled with good health and access instant healthcare at zero cost on the NHIS today. Download the My NHIS mobile app to register with your Ghana card or visit the nearest NHIS office. Terms and conditions apply. For details, contact the NHIS call center on 054 444 6447 or 0302 746 447. NHIS, your access to quality healthcare. This message is brought to you by the United States Agency for International Development, USAID.
Hello, Linda. You won't believe what I am planning next. I want to start my postgraduate degree, buy a car, and build my dream home. But you know what's stopping me?
What's that, Mike?
Money, oh. That be my biggest wahala.
Oh, you are sorted, Cry. With a GCB Big Move personal loan promo, you can borrow up to a whopping 400,000 Ghana cedis at a significantly reduced interest rate in less than 24 hours.
Like, seriously? How do I qualify?
Yes, it's available to all GCB salary account holders. Plus, you get a 2-month grace period before you start to pay back.
Susket, I'm opening an account with GCB now.
Get a personal loan of up to 400,000 Ghana cedis at a significantly reduced interest rate in less than 24 hours. Call 0800-422-422 or visit your nearest GCB branch today to fund your next big move as we celebrate 70 years of greatness. T's and C's apply. GCB Bank, your bank for life.
What's so tasty, creamy, crunchy, makes you happy when it's near? Munchie, munchie, oh munchie, shortcake biscuit.
Enjoy the unbeatable taste of Munchie Milk Shortcake biscuits, serving you original milky richness for 20 years. Munchie, a rich ankasa. This advert is FDA approved.
Hi, it's time with the dentist, and we're going to talk about saliva. This clear liquid that I'm sure you've not given much thought to has a big impact on your oral health. My name is Dr. Gwendolyn Amakwe Baiche, and this program is proudly sponsored by Pepsodent in partnership with Ghana Dental Association. Saliva is produced by structures in the mouth known as salivary glands. About 99% of saliva is water, and the other 1% is various components such as enzymes and minerals that help with its function. First and foremost, saliva moistens the tissues of the mouth to make us more comfortable when eating and when talking. Digestion of food begins in the mouth with the help of saliva. The enzymes in saliva break down the large complex molecules in food into smaller ones for easy uptake of the nutrients into our bloodstream. The acidity in the mouth increases whenever we eat, and saliva has neutralizing components that minimize the damaging effect of acid on the teeth. Acid on the teeth causes the minerals like calcium to move out of the teeth in a process called demineralization, and this can lead to cavity formation. Saliva, on the other hand, has the ability to incorporate these minerals back into the tooth structure in a remineralizing process to help maintain the integrity of the outer layer of the tooth, enamel. There are a lot of microorganisms present in the mouth. Saliva helps flush excess bacteria together with food debris left over after eating, preventing them from getting attached to the teeth and gums. Saliva also has some germ-reducing minerals that help fight germs in the mouth.
minimizing your risk of tooth decay as well as bad breath. So you see, without saliva, you will have problems with your oral health. There are some conditions and medications that can affect the amount of saliva that you produce. The medications include some taken for hypertension and depression, as well as some sedatives. Diseases of the big salivary glands, radiotherapy treatments to the head and neck region, as well as excessive alcohol intake can lead to low saliva production and dry mouth. Dry mouth can cause several oral health problems like fungal infections, gum disease, tooth decay, and general discomfort in the mouth. So to ensure your saliva levels are maintained to protect your oral health, stay hydrated, drink more water. Talk to your doctor about possible alternatives to medications that can cause dry mouth. You can also chew sugarless gum, as chewing promotes the release of saliva from the salivary glands. Your dentist can also prescribe what we call artificial saliva and mouthwashes. These are designed to keep the mouth moist. Saliva is 99% water. The other 1% includes various components such as enzymes and minerals that help with its function. Saliva moistens the tissues of the mouth and makes speaking and chewing comfortable. It also helps in the digestion of food, has a cleansing action, and helps prevent cavities. When your mouth has enough saliva, your teeth and mouth remain better protected. Always remember to brush your teeth twice daily with a fluoridated toothpaste like Pepsodent. This campaign is brought to you by Pepsodent in partnership with Ghana Dental Association.
With us. Thank you for joining us, actually, wherever you may be. If you're in the Asante region listening to Love FM, we're so glad you could make it the time. If you're in the central region, tuned into ATL 100%, 100.5 megahertz, and you've made the right choice. Today's conversation is all about Effiam Kwanta Regional Hospital in the Western region. It serves the Western and the Western North regions. And Jojo Kobner recently found out in a documentary, in a report that we've just shared, that the regional hospital doesn't have a functioning defibrillator. We've been trying to find out the latest, and we are joined on the phone right now by the medical director of Effiam Kwanta Regional Hospital, Dr. Joseph Tambil. Dr. Tambil, good morning, and thank you for your time with us.
Good morning, Kojo, and thanks for the opportunity to shed more light on this matter.
Yeah, we're very concerned. So currently at your hospital, there are no defibrillators available if a patient were to have cardiac arrest right now?
Oh no, that's not true. We have defibrillators. And let me give a little background to the report that Jojo filed. Okay. So somewhere in August last year, he came to me in the office saying that he had a series going on for hospitals across the country to project our areas of need, and in so doing, garner some support for hospitals. Naturally, I was excited because we know that for hospitals to survive, across the world, it's not just government funding, but having corporate bodies, individuals, and other public-minded institutions coming in to help is the way that public hospitals around the world have been able to survive and be able to provide good services for the populace. So for me, I'm always open to such assistance. Okay, and I look for it actually. Now, so when he came, I was happy. I said, "Oh, okay." So we would highlight a few areas, and for us at that time, we were looking at strengthening our emergency services, and for emergency, we're looking at things like the ECG machines, defibrillators, patient monitors, infusion pumps, perfusers, ventilators, and things like that. Things that could make a difference when somebody comes to the hospital in a critical state. So he was like, "Oh, so what is a defibrillator?" He had never heard about it. So it's a very simple device that is able to normalize the heart rate, and we could use that to also shock back the heart when it stops abruptly. So we showed him the device, and he asked what was wrong with the one we had at the time. So my in charge took him through some of the problems that we often face with these devices. You know, these are small devices, and they have usually short, useful lifespans. Okay, so he was just highlighting the fact that even the ones we had at that time were not working optimally. Okay, and so we said, "Oh, if somebody wanted to help us, these are some of the things we would want the help to be channeled to." Okay, hello, are you?
Yes, we're listening.
Good. So that was the context under which we spoke to the reporter.
Okay, so this interview...
So I am appalled to see the angle with Joy FM and the multimedia group is projecting this, making it look like we are hopeless. We don't know what we are doing, and I think it's that's not the way to support us. That's not the way to help us to render good services to the people of Ghana. I think it's wrong.
Dr. Tambil, just to clarify some timelines here, when did you grant the interview?
Like I said, I may not get the month accurately, but it's somewhere August or September last year.
Right. Well, our records show that you granted that interview in November.
Well, so I don't know.
Yes, November. Now, in November, in that interview, we hear you saying that the only defibrillator you have in the hospital is not functioning properly.
Ultimately, yes. I just said
so that's what you said in November.
Yes.
So what are you appalled about? I mean, that's exactly what the report said.
The angle that it is reported, that the whole reportage are speaking. You see, like I told you, he came to us looking for to support us, partnering us to get support for our facilities. That is different from us complaining that we are short of this, and if we don't get it, we are no. That's not.
Dr. Tambil.
Yes, sir.
So you have a problem. Your challenge is reporting it as if you are complaining, right?
Yeah.
But the report doesn't say you're complaining. The report presents a challenge you have faced, which the Ghana Harmonized Health Facilities Report admits. It says 8 out of 10 regional hospitals have these facilities. It says only 5% of facilities in Ghana have what is needed to even get the right diagnosis. This is not, hold on, Dr. Tamil, this is Winston. I'm only saying that
okay, so
what you said in the report, how Jojo captures it, is the same thing in the Ghana Harmonized Health Facilities report. So where is the story presented as if you're complaining?
No, so like I told you, these are small devices. You know, these are small devices. And as you know, sometimes when you use these devices, there's wear and tear, and you may deplete them in a shorter time than you expected. So there are times when you have a situation where you don't have any, or you have very, very few left. Okay. So that's the situation we were in at that time. But we have taken steps to replenish the stores. So we do have some as we speak, and they are functioning. And maybe you could come and have a look at them.
So when did you get some?
Oh, last month.
Last month.
Yeah, in December we took
and you distributed these to
the units.
The units. And
yes,
so today, if we come to Efiankwanta, we would find these are the units.
Yes. Absolutely, yes.
So to clarify, your staff in the various units that require
they are not
defibrillators.
required in many units. These are emergency devices.
Yes.
Like I mentioned.
So your staff in the emergency teams.
Yes, you can. Yeah,
they
you can
have defibrillators right now as we speak.
Yeah. Yes.
And you say they got them when? Last month?
Yes, we took delivery of some in December.
So at no point this month have you said to anyone that you still don't have defibrillators?
I have not said that. Absolutely.
Okay. Well, as it happens, Jojo Kobna himself is here with us in the studio. So we can get his reaction to what you've just said. Jojo, Dr. Tambil, he says he's appalled.
I am actually shocked that Dr. Tambil will go on this particular tangent. When I met Dr. Tambil, I mean, I got to Dr. Tambil through my colleague Kojo Brace, and then I said we are going around the country to look at hospitals that really need help. So I gave him a story of me being in the north, where I had a problem. I had a stomach poisoning problem, and then because of the stomach problem, I was rushed to a hospital. I didn't even know, and when I woke up, it was horrible. And so this is the reason why we're doing this particular story. And I said, when many companies have what you call it CSR, that they want to help. Basic facility that they can easily help, and if governments are unable to help, people would be able to help. This is the pitch. Then if he remembers very well, I told him about the Ghana Harmonized Facility Report. I told him exactly what the report is about, and then he got to know about it. So if I know that, I mean, when stories of this nature go, politicians are going to call in, and then they are going to give pressure, and that pressure will mount on him. But for him to let his staff down by saying that, he feels they have, and then, I mean, my various checks, and the thing is, when before I put out the story, I even sent the story to him. It's like, this is the story, and then so it is shocking that.
When did you send the story to him?
I sent the story to him early June 22nd.
January or June? We are in January.
January.
This month. This very month. 22nd.
Yes.
So that's 9 days ago.
Yes. And I gave it to him, and then the evening we aired the story.
So at the time that you gave the story to him, had the Efiankwanta Regional Hospital acquired the defibrillators that...
Did he tell you that they had acquired?
I mean, if he had told me at that time that they had acquired, why would the story go? Because the story captured the defibrillator. The story captured, ventilators that they didn't have. So yesterday, yesterday I was doing my checks because we wanted to do the story. So I reached out to Dr. Tambil and I said, Dr. Tambil, and he said, yes. Then I was like, when? So then I also spoke to my sources in the hospital. because.
And what did the sources tell you?
They said no, they have not received any. And then my sources told me that if the hospital has received defibrillator, then they don't have it. They have not seen it.
As in, if the hospital has got them,
yes,
then the hospital has not given it to your sources.
Yes, because I mean, so I was very shocked. So I was like, okay, and this, I mean. So I was well, we have not seen it. If the hospital says so, it is quite short. And then there was one thing that said August. No, the financial memo that I made in the office to travel around the country was not in August. It was in late September, and then late October. Then it was approved. So early November, that was when I was traveling. And if you remember, that was a day I posted something on Facebook where we saw a snake on the bonnet of my car.
Yes, I remember that.
And I mean, people were talking about it, and we laughed, and then we even talked about it on Sunday edition, and then we laughed about it that, oh, I mean, you're driving and all of a sudden a snake appears, and the car was parked at the Fianquanta close to the bushes. So it is quite shocking that Dr. Tambil would go on a tangent and say that, oh, it's a ploy to turn the story any other way. The thing is that if at the end of the day the story goes, government sees the need to provide them defibrillators, and then organizations also find the need to provide them defibrillator, who benefits from it? Who is relieved more? Is it me, or is it you who are trying to save the workers, patients? It's quite shocking.
All right. I mean, I want to clarify some details here, Dr. Tambil.
Yes.
I asked you earlier before I brought in Jojo. I asked you
Yes.
whether you haven't said to anybody in this month of January that you still don't have defibrillators.
No.
And you said no.
Let me.
If I may complete the question, you said no. But Jojo now confirms that he sent you the documentary on the 22nd of this month, January, before they aired it that same evening. And when you watched the documentary and saw yourself in it, saying that you don't have defibrillators, the only one you have doesn't work, you didn't tell him that you received some last month. How come?
Look, he sent me the story, to the best of my knowledge, on the same morning as the story was airing.
That's the 22nd of January.
And I told him, and you could check our WhatsApp message. I told him that I wasn't getting the positive angle from the story, and that it looked all so gloomy. I told him, and he said, "Oh, what he sent me was just excerpts." Okay, but that the full story, what is airing, will give the other sides of the story, because there are a lot of good things happening, you see, and I like to project both the good and what is not so good.
I understand that, but we want to establish facts, not good and bad, but facts.
Yeah,
so, Dr. Tambil, if you don't mind, I mean, let's try and get the facts straight. In the excerpts that he sent you, did you see yourself in it, stating that only one of your defibrillators was working at the time?
Yes, but
okay.
If I would need more, as things stand, if any organization wants to support us with, let's say, 20 defibrillators, I will jump with joy.
I understand that.
Okay.
I understand that. All I'm saying is, because Dr. Tambil, if you don't mind, I understand. I understand what you're saying, but you have to understand the whole point of doing this story was to draw attention to what your hospital needs.
Yes.
After doing that, you have responded by saying, "Forgive me, I want to complete the question so that you can have time to answer." After doing that, you have complained about it, saying you are appalled. And I asked you specifically, when you got these defibrillators, because you say you've got them now, you said you got them last month. But as it turns out, on the 22nd of this month, after you viewed that excerpt of the documentary, in which you yourself are saying that you have only one defibrillator, you did not inform the journalist, Jojo, that you had received defibrillators last month. Can you tell us why you didn't inform him of that?
Because the story had already aired.
No, it aired that evening. You were shown the excerpt in the morning. So why did you not tell him?
Kojo, I'm a very busy person. So I do not look at my messages round the clock. At the time I saw it, the story had already aired. You know. So how could I have stopped the publication of that story?
Doctor, Dr. Tambil, you talk about checking the WhatsApp messages. In fact, when I look at them, the story was actually sent to you on Thursday. So just last Thursday. That's actually the 25th of January. I don't want to read the comments that you said after that because I don't have your permission.
That's not. Yeah, you shouldn't do that.
Yes, I'm not going to do that.
But these are messages from
I'm not. I'm only saying.
I
I've said I am not going to read the comments that you said because you talked about checking the WhatsApp messages.
Yes.
But I am asking a very simple question. When did you receive? And I'm asking you again for. When did you receive?
I didn't know
the
this was going to
defibrillators?
be an issue. I have to probably go back to my WhatsApp and all that. But when
I am suggesting to you, Dr. Tambil, that currently your staff say they don't have it.
Oh, for God's sake!
They say they don't have
Why?
it.
So why would I want to lie on this?
Tell me.
But you are telling me this. From where I stand, we have them.
Let's hold on a minute. Let's bring Kwame Sapon-Asiedu into the conversation. Kwame.
So whoever is telling you that.
Okay. So please hold on, Dr. Tambil, and let's hear from Kwame Sapon-Asiedu. Hello, Kwame.
Yes, hello.
Yes.
Can you hear me?
Yes, you want to make a point. Yes, go ahead.
I'm sad. Very, very sad. And I'm sad because I have gone back and I'm looking at the Ghana Health Harmonization Report. And you know, from our troubles, I like to read statistics. This report came out in July of last year. And if you look, what is if Dr. Tambil or Fian Kwanta do not have defibrillators or ventilators? From the report right in front of me, for which you have copies, and Jojo says showed it to Dr. Tambil, it is not surprising. That's the first thing. The second thing Dr. Tambil says that makes me sad is I agree with him that defibrillators have a short lifespan. But I don't agree with him that defibrillators are meant for specific units in hospitals because, like you said, I'm currently driving the UK. I've just parked by the roadside to have this conversation. And just next to me is a yellow box of a defibrillator at a bus stop. I look in front and the park next down the road, which I can see in my eyes, has another yellow box, a defibrillator. And these work. As we were talking and going on, I got out of my car to go and check if they work, and they work. And you know what's interesting? There is also a maintenance, a biomedical engineering maintenance number on the box, so that if it malfunctions, they can come and repair it quickly. So yes, in functioning systems, they agree that these things have massive wear and tear. But what I'm getting from Dr. Tambil is that when they break down, because we probably do not have adequate medical engineering service and maintenance contracts, servicing and repairing them is also an issue. And therefore, they need to be replaced which shortens their lifespan. And for me, that is also stated in the Health Harmonization Report. Reading the report, it says it there. So I think, like I was saying before we went on the break, we are getting ourselves bogged down into a conversation of how the story was aired or not. That is a minutia. The point is that at policy level, because the Health Harmonization Report was published by the Ministry of Health, the Ghana Health Service, the Government of Ghana, the WHO, and the Global Fund. And at the bottom of it, the acknowledgement acknowledges the Chief Director of the Ministry of Health. It acknowledges Dr. Patrick Kumabwaji. It acknowledges Dr. Anthony Adufu Ofusu. So I would expect that the Minister of Health knows it. And that is why I'm insisting we do not place this at the doorstep of technocrats like Dr. Tambil. Because obviously they would come under pressure. These are policy decisions. They are inherent policy decisions that come from the political leadership. Because if the budget doesn't have a line for biomedical engineering and maintenance and supply, how is Dr. Tambil going to call in a maintenance engineer to come and fix that? So the conversation is getting at a lot of serious things that we need to address. I am not happy that it's going that Jojo said this and Dr. Tambil said this and I'm a busy person. These are serious issues and people might think, oh, but Kwame, why are you talking about this? I'm always half the time in Ghana and half in England. My people live, I'm a Takoradi boy, as Jojo knows. My house is John Holt on the Liberation Road. I can be in Takoradi, let's say next week, and collapse and be sent to a Fiankwanta. And maybe if I can go to the outpatient department and I can suddenly get a cardiac arrest. If these are not readily available, it affects me as well. So there I agree with Dr. Tambil as well, that these are equipment that the more, the merrier. The more people who know how to use it, the better. Because, like I said, if the bus stop that I'm parked next to now has an idiot's guide for even a lay person who is with no medical brain to be able to use that defibrillator to save me. And to ensure that if I'm in the UK and I get a cardiac arrest, 8 out of 10 times I'll survive. So don't let us get bogged down in what Dr. Tambil said or what Jojo Kodna said. Let's look at the bigger picture because the policymakers know these things. They know we don't have these things. It is in their reports. The Statistical Service has put out another report just early this month. They are all in there. So I don't want to go down the what do you call it, the rabbit hole with Dr. Tambil and say this, that I suggest to you or that. I don't think we should go down there. The truth of the matter is it is not surprising that if Yankwanta doesn't have or didn't have at the time Jojo Kobna went there because it is in official government reports. For me, that is why that is the bottom line to all this. Right. It is in official government reports. Right. And I challenge anyone to challenge me and say that those reports were also faked. You see, and that is why I'm saying that I am sad because we are getting ourselves fucked. Look, when you look at this report, even regional hospitals is good enough. When you get to district hospitals and CHIP compounds, you all have screenshots that I've shared with you. What does it say? You probably have a 9 in 10 chance of dying from a cardiac arrest, based on what the report says.
Right.
And as Ghanaians, do we accept this? So don't let us go down the line of Dr. Tambil saying he's being appalled or Jojo trying to rebut. The point is, and I would insist, the only thing Jojo has done is to put footage into reports that have been published by the government itself in consonance with global organizations. Is it not true that only 5% of all our, what do you call it, consultation rooms have the basic equipment? Is it not in the report? Did Kwame Sapasi put it there, or Jojo Kodna, or Dr. Tambil, or none of us put it there? That is a survey that was commissioned by our government in accordance with the World Organization and the Ministry of Health. Let's address the problem. Let's not get ourselves into this situation where when things come up, we try to put pressure on people for them to come and rebut. I am really getting sick and tired of this approach because if we continue down this line as a country, we would always deny our problems and we would never solve them. And that was what Winston I wanted to say.
Thank you, Kwame Sapon-Sedu. Just before you go, Dr. Tambil, this is how I'd like us to wrap things up. We want to know the current situation. If my uncle Omar in Takoradi gets cardiac arrest and is brought to your hospital this morning, is there a defibrillator to save his life?
Man, if your uncle gets to Fiankwanta alive, okay, there is every chance that he will survive because we have functioning defibrillators. We have staff who know how to use them. And we believe that your uncle will survive. And let me just say that I'm happy with Dr. Siedu's angle. I think that's the way we should look at things. Yeah, like I said in the beginning, hospitals function better when there is support other than government. Okay, and that is the reason why I opted to speak in that interview. Ordinarily, I wouldn't have. Okay, but when we do these kinds of reports, it is also important that we are circumspect with the collateral damages. Now, for the ordinary person who does not understand what a defibrillator is and what it is used for, the next time they need services and they are in and around Takoradi, they will not come to Takoradi because they think we do not have what it takes to take care of them. This person may not have anything near a cardiac condition. Okay. So in our efforts to bring out the problem, we should also be circumspect that we do not damage the facilities in our quest to provide information to the public.
Dr. Tambil, you've taken an oath to save lives. Are you sure that in this conversation, your number one priority is how the story sounds and how it makes you look? Or are you more interested in what we can do to save lives?
All these things we do save lives. We save lives but by encouraging people to come to hospital. And once they get to hospital, we should all be interested in having the inputs and the skills to be able to save their life. So if we go about negatively talking about facilities, it turns people away. And that's why a lot of people, when they are ill, they'll go to some herbalist or some prayer camp because we have sold this atmosphere of hopelessness to them. Mind you, this defibrillator story we are talking about, probably just about 10% of our patients may need that kind of service. But
so why are you worried about the remaining 90%?
Little thing, many people will not come. And they will die from other things.
So, Dr. Tambil, just by way of wrapping it up, so you say that today you have the defibrillator. Do you have the ventilators and others that are also needed that were problematic at the time? Do you have them?
Hello?
I am asking, do you have the ventilators? Because you have all of them. Okay, and so if we come to Effiang Kwanta Regional Hospital today, we will see all of these.
You will.
Okay.
And I challenge you to bring a reporter down one of these to come and look at.
Oh, don't worry. We will bring our reporters. We
will bring Jojo back.
We will be there. We would make sure. We would make sure that the Effiang Kwanta Regional Hospital has the right facilities. We would make sure that our hospitals are not sick. So don't worry.
Excellent.
We would
be our partners.
Yes, so we would follow up and make sure and would report it again.
Exactly. We like that. Thank you.
Thank you.
Dr. Joseph Tambil is the medical director of Effiang Kwanta Regional Hospital. He says they are not sick. We'll take a break. We'll be back after these.
There is something that drives you. The very thought of it fuels you. And even when the road gets rocky, you keep going. Just to get the results that matter. It could be about you. It could be the lives you touch. It could be about someone special or something dear to your heart. Such results leave a sweet lingering smile, a sense of fulfillment. That's why you work till late, yet rise with the sun. Yes, your drive knows no limit. Do it with Stanbic Bank, where we spur you on to get the results that matter.
Daddy, bonjour, and how are you?
I'm great, my dear.
Did you know that Canada has 2 official languages, English and French?
Oh, really?
Oui, oui. Daddy, did you know that more than half of all the lakes in the world are located in Canada?
I see.
Daddy, did you know that...
Wait. Why all this sudden interest in Canada?
Because Baby Cubs is giving a free trip to Canada to the winner of the inter-school reading competition, and I intend to win.
Interesting.
If you're between the ages of 6 and 14, you can join the Peppy Cubs inter-school reading quiz to stand the chance of winning the grand prize of a free trip to Canada, cash and other amazing prizes for yourself and your school. Visit peppycubs.com/quiz to register. Registration has been extended to the 14th of February 2024. This quiz is an official program of UNESCO Accra World Book Capital.
Abena, did you know that in Canada...
GoTV is stepping up your entertainment from the 15th of January at no extra cost to you. If you are on GoTV Value, upgrade to GoTV Plus to watch GoTV Max. Already on GoTV Plus? Upgrade to GoTV Max to enjoy GoTV Super. And if you are on GoTV Max, upgrade to GoTV Super to enjoy the best of the best on GoTV Super Plus. Don't wait. Step up your entertainment today. It's on us. GoTV. Love it. T's and C's apply.
Introducing Pick 4 from Game Park Games, the easiest lottery to play and win. Pick 4 numbers from 0 to 9 up to 3 times a day to become one of our daily winners. More moolah, more power. Play online at www.gameparkgames.com or dial *946# to play. Game Park Games is regulated by the National Lottery Authority, not for persons under 18. Play responsibly. Pick 4 from Game Park Games. More moolah, more power.
Dive into a new era of news consumption with myjoyonline.com, your go-to destination for cutting-edge journalism, giving you the most credible stories from business to politics and from sports to entertainment. Myjoyonline.com introduces an upgraded news website meticulously designed to empower you with an enriched browsing experience like never before. Intuitive navigation. Navigate through an array of revamped categories that cater to all interests. Join the conversation with our interactive comments section. Get live TV,
confidence of the football community.
radio,
They can actually borrow.
and podcast of your favorite TV and radio shows on Joy and Adom platforms. Powerful search. Find any story with ease with a simple click. Access precisely what you're looking for. Experience the future of news browsing with myjoyonline.com.
Coffee in your cup and joy on the set. The Super Morning Show is always the
back. Super Morning Show. We've just had a conversation. If you just missed it, goodness, you've missed quite a conversation. We spoke to Dr. Tambil. He is the medical director of Ifiam Kwanta Hospital, regional hospital in the Western region. Following Jojo Kobner's report about their only functioning defibrillator, their only available defibrillator not functioning properly. The medical director, wanted to suggest that that was really not the case. He insisted that they had received defibrillators last month, but wasn't quite able to explain why when Jojo Kobana sent him excerpts of the documentary in which he himself was seen saying they don't have defibrillators. On the 25th of this month, he was unable to tell Jojo that they had received defibrillators last month. In fact, he claimed he didn't see the message until after the documentary went out. But Winston, you've had a look at those WhatsApp messages. What time did he respond to the messages?
7:11
a.m.
a.m. Yeah.
And the documentary was aired in the evening.
Well, that the message was sent around 5:32. But for everybody who listened to the discussion, this is just to let you know that, of course, we just wouldn't put out information without doing our own checks. And you've listened to the conversation. As Dr. Tambil himself admits, there's been conversations here and there between the team and him. And for us, the main problem is the fact that the Ghana Health Service and the Ministry of Health
are fully aware.
Now, they commission a research. For purposes of emphasis, I want to do this. So this is, and it's research on a lot of things. And going forward, we will be sharing all of them with you, okay? So we would all know. So this is the Ghana Harmonized Health Facility Assessment, 2022-2023, snapshot 5. There's one on malaria, there's one on children, a lot of them. I'll share all of them with you. Overall General Service Availability and Readiness, released in July 2023. Okay? And if you look at the key findings, just by way of sharing something with you, it says overall 38% of all facilities offering inpatient service have dedicated isolation beds, 74% of regional hospitals, 60% of district hospitals, and 36% of other facilities offering inpatient service have dedicated isolation beds. Overall, 32% of facilities have access to an emergency transport system. 32%. Now, this is it. We, as a media house, we, as a show, will go around and bring the facts to you. We know the challenges that sometimes the technocrats have, particularly in these circumstances, because then pressure is, brought to bear on them, and they quickly would want to come out and say that is not the situation. Our target is a change. Our target is not that person in there. But that target is to ensure that the facilities have the requisite logistics to be able to save lives.
That is all.
So, yesterday we're talking about Effiang Kwanta because Effiang Kwanta is sick. And we're talking about it because we want to change the situation in which Effiang Kwanta is. We won't stop here. We'll be back. And you can trust us to bring you the details when we return. But as always, you heard Dr. Tambil. We leave you to make your own judgment.
All right. And by the way, you can share your thoughts on this and all other conversations from the show via text message. You can send them to us on WhatsApp 055-1111-997, or you can post on X and use the hashtag JoySMS. We love it when you do that, and we can read a few of your posts here on the show. Text messages on the Super Morning Show are brought to you by GCB Bank PLC, GCB Personal Loan. Make that big move and dream a reality.
So make that big move with a GCB personal loan. GCB, your biggest and largest bank in Ghana, is offering GCB salaried account holders personal loans in less than 24 hours to fund your next big move. With GCB's Big Move Personal Loan promo, you can access up to a whopping 400,000 Ghana cedis at a significantly reduced interest rate with a 2-month repayment grace period to meet your urgent financial obligations with a smile. It is time to make that big move, be it educational fee payment, buying a car, or building your dream home. GCB makes these dreams a reality and life easier for its customers. So let GCB lend you the needed support to make that big move to take care of those urgent personal needs. Visit any GCB branch or call 0800-422-422 for further inquiries. Terms and conditions apply. GCB, your bank for life.
All right, to put it on your to-do list, to go to kingdomstoreonline.com today. Go and check out the wide range of quality office essentials, equipment, furniture, and stationery that you can buy and pay for via Momo across all networks. And then you just wait patiently at home or in your office for your delivery. If you're in Accra or Tema, you get free delivery, which is a bonus. Terms and conditions apply. At Kingdom, quality and affordability are their hallmarks.
So we all have those days when you're low on everything, energy, time, cash, and even airtime and data. Well, that's why MTN Extra Time is an airtime and data advanced service that allows you to make calls or browse the internet even when you have an insufficient balance. All you have to do is dial star 506 hash. Yes, star 506 hash. Go through the prompts and select the amount of airtime or data that you need. It's more than simple. Doing your favorite things on MTN means you don't get interrupted even when you're low on airtime or data. Remember, all terms and conditions apply.
All right. Jojo, obviously this is just the start of a series of reports. Tell us what else you've got. What else we can look forward to?
There's one in Hamile. Hamile, Upper West border town. And in that one, they also have a problem with defibrillator. In fact, when we arrived there, 2 days after we arrived there, the man told us, someone had died and it was cardiac arrest, no defibrillator. So it's not just an Efiong Kwanta problem. The problem is, national, many other places. Then we also have a story. The dark room, where photographers develop, pictures. In the past, that was how they developed X-rays. But this was like in the 70s. Do you know that we have hospitals that still develop X-rays like that, and it will take like 30 minutes to develop one. So when you have so many patients needing X-rays, they have to queue. And this is a story that we have. So the stories are not just one. And then there's the story of a doctor who was forced to cut a pregnant woman with razor because he had to make sure that he delivers the baby. He tried everything that he could, but lost the baby. He delivered the baby with a razor with
instead
blade.
of a scalpel,
because at that time because the entire that part had no theater bed, and for him to even perform, so he did it in an ambulance. He did everything to save the woman. The woman died, and we went to find the woman's husband, and he didn't want to speak. He delegated someone. He said he's been traumatized. I understand he even goes to hide in his farm for days because he's lost a wife. So these are the real issues that are happening in hospitals that we need to really heal.
This is a shocking snapshot of the state of Ghana's healthcare. Doctors perform surgery with blade, yet we are building Agenda 111. Let's take some messages. We'll be back after this.
Attention aspiring minds and future leaders. Get ready for the University Challenge. 10 universities, 10 diverse topics, and a chance to win 1 million Ghana cedis. Each university presents a unique project, pushing the boundaries of creativity and knowledge. This televised competition celebrates intellect, teamwork, and the power to transform ideas into reality. The future of innovation and the chance to witness brilliant young minds showcasing their skills, teamwork, and ability to turn dreams into tangible solutions to solve real-world problems. Stay tuned for more details and get ready to be inspired. For more details, visit newafricafoundation.org or call 0532-383-737.
Introducing Pick 4 from Game Park Games, the easiest lottery to play and win. Pick 4 numbers from 0 to 9 up to 3 times a day to become one of our daily winners. More moolah, more power. Play online at www.gameparkgames.com or dial *946# to play. Game Park Games is regulated by the National Lottery Authority, not for persons under 18. Play responsibly. Pick 4 from Game Park Games. More moolah, more power.
Dive into a new era of news consumption with myjoyonline.com, your go-to destination for cutting-edge journalism, giving you the most credible stories from business to politics and from sports to entertainment. myjoyonline.com introduces an upgraded news website meticulously designed to empower you with an enriched browsing experience like never before. Intuitive navigation, Navigate through an array of revamped categories that cater to all interests. Join the conversation with our interactive comments section. Get live TV,
confidence of the football
radio,
community. They can actually borrow.
and podcast of your favorite TV and radio shows on Joy and Adom platforms. Powerful search. Find any story with ease with a simple click. Access precisely what you're looking for. Experience the future of news browsing with myjoyonline.com.
And well, what a show it's been. Quite revealing. And listen, we're going to continue this. We're going to bring you all the information about the real state of our healthcare system. Because if we don't know the size of the problem, how do we solve it? There's more to come. But first, what if I told you that 10 Ghana cedis can get you free concert tickets and shopping vouchers worth up to 500 Ghana cedis to shop at Melcom or to get some buckets of juicy chicken from KFC every week this December. Here's how you do it. Stake 10 Ghana cedis or more in the Game Park Games Pick 1 or Pick 4 lottery to be entered into a weekly Saturday raffle for a chance to win. Regardless of the outcome, you can still win a voucher for yourself. Vouchers are limited, so play more to increase your chances. And remember to watch the Saturday promo draw on Adom TV at 6 p.m. Dial star 946 hash or go to gameparkgames.com to play now. Terms and conditions apply. Game Park Games. More moolah, more power.
So, every time we eat food and sugars are trapped between our teeth, leading to tooth decay, gum disease, and in some cases, foul breath. Well, brushing your teeth with Pepsodent every morning and night, that's Pepsodent Charcoal and Pepsodent Herbal, is the right way to go. Pepsodent Charcoal is made of a fine blend of fluoride with a unique combination of natural charcoal, lemon, mint, and zinc to whiten your teeth, strengthen them, and remove odor from your mouth. Pepsodent Charcoal White gently polishes away tooth stains and naturally restores your bright smile. For herbal lovers, try Pepsodent Herbal Toothpaste, which is infused with a unique blend of green tea and herbal extracts, formulated to repair and protect your gums while giving an all-round cooling sensation. Pepsodent Herbal releases, repairs, and protects gum tissues while giving you strong teeth. Always remember to brush your teeth in the morning and before you sleep at night. Pepsodent has been educating Ghanaians on how to brush their teeth for 25 years. Pepsodent is recommended by the Ghana Dental Association, and it gives you the opportunity to talk to a dentist for free. Call toll-free on 0800 161 000 to talk to a dentist free. You can get Pepsodent at any shop near you. Call our customer care center on toll-free 0800 2030. Pepsodent, every smile matters.
All right, now GCB Bank PLC wants to remind you that they will never send you a message or make a call to you requesting your account or card details. Remember that. If you're ever in doubt, call 0800 422 422. Or you can chat with them on WhatsApp. The number is 0202 422 422. Or just go to the nearest GCB branch. GCB, your bank for life.
So before we go, lots of your messages here. This one says, it's sad when professionals are not able to stand up to dishonest politicians in this country. We, listeners of Joy of My Very Discerning, please let Doctor know this. It's a shame, Dr. Tamble, please. You have let your staff down by defending the politician. Thank you. And it's from Jerry Ngbawi. Isaac James says a defibrillator is $1,500 and a maximum $4,000. Ghana is a shameful country. I'm so sad as a Ghanaian. And Paul says the question should better be how many of the cardiac equipment are functioning to service and save 2 or 3 lives at a time. This one says, this is sad. This man is lying and you can see. This man is not telling the truth and you can see it. This is how the hospital managers and medical superintendents are. They're always trying to cover up for the absence of medical equipment and some consumables. And it's nurses and midwives who suffer from their actions. They make the nurses and midwives work under very terrible conditions by always making them to improvise things that are supposed to make work easier, thereby stressing the nurses and midwives. Is it a case to be a nurse or a midwife in a hospital in Ghana? And it's from Ella.
It is sad. It is sad. I mean, you would want those who have taken an oath to save lives to prioritize that oath over a desire to save face. We'll be talking more about these issues as they come up. Right now, though, thank you so much for tuning in. It's been quite a show, memorable one. We'll be back tomorrow with more. Until then, stay tuned. This is your superstation for the duration, Joy 99.7 FM. My name is Kojo Yankson. I'm the morning man.
My name is Winston Amor.